Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's Wednesday night, so you know what that means. That means we got another live stream here at the Wrestling for Life Network. It's going to be a fun one, folks. We got lots to talk about. We got lots to get into. It's going to be a crazy night here on the channel, and we will see what TKN Company has in store for us. But make sure you get in that chat. Make sure you hit all those buttons. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the show. And it's going to be a good one, folks. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are happy to bring you AEW Dynamite tonight. As always, Wednesday starts with the hope, starts with the excitement. Will it be good? We hope it's going to be good. Does TK have a plan? We got lots to talk about. Backstage stuff, lots on the card. We're going to get into all of it. It's going to be a crazy one here tonight. We got so much coming your way, but the big news of the day, ESPN, WWE, everyone's talking about it. It's trending all over the world, and it's crazy times. I believe it was $1.6 billion. We're going to talk all about it. Get in, give me your opinions. Let me know what's on your wrestling mind, and we will dive into all the hot topics as we bring you all the action tonight. I will remind you, however, if you don't know, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. Happy to be back at it again. And I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, safe. You're feeling good. You're doing good. The life is good. And you are ready for some wrestling tonight. I will say this before everything gets rolling, but shout out to Big Nick. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to everybody else. But I said this on X today, and I stand on this business. Are you not tired of talking about ticket sales, ratings, drama, scandals, lawsuits? Now, I mean, we're going to do it. We got to do it. It's part of what we do here. But are you not tired of it yet? Don't you wish we could just talk about the wrestling? Did you like who went over? Did you like who took the belt? Did you like the pay-per-view? Did you like the shows? The good stuff, the positive stuff. But that's why we are the Wrestling Fans United. That's why we're trying to bring some positivity to this wrestling world. And that's why you're here today. And we're going to break it down. Now, we are going to talk ratings. We are going to talk numbers. We're going to talk about it. I'm just a little bogged down by it all. Aren't you? Aren't you feeling a little just wrestling fatigued? It just feels like every single day there's another topic to dive into. There's another debate to have. There's never just, hey, something cool happens and everybody rejoices. It is just constant. And again, I recommend everyone step away from social media if you can. I love stepping away from it because you have to. Because when you're dialed in, like we're dialed in with this run we're on, it becomes insane. It just feels like overwhelmingly belly aching and crying, and the people out there just trying their hardest to be the sympathetic figure. Just be yourselves, be genuine, be true. Let's have a good one. Let's enjoy a little bit of this wrestling. Let's have fun with it. Lots of crazy shit is going on. So there's no way possible that you can't find something you like. There's good, bad, and in between for everybody out there. But that, I will digress, and we will get rolling. I'm going to talk more about ESPN. I will say hello to the chat. Again, don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Blow the chat up. I want to see triple digits hanging out with me tonight. I want to see you and all your friends and all your family all come to the Wrestling for Life Network. But before I say hello to everybody, let's just break down what we are going to get here tonight, what they have planned, as it is Dynamite. Top three from last night, by the way: Spaz, Bradley, Damian. Congratulations. Get in that chat. Get your crown. That's what that little crown is. The more you talk, the more points you get. The more points you get, you can end up on the leaderboard. But Spaz, Bradley, Damian, congrats to you. Shout out to Kevin, our predictions champion. But what are we getting tonight? Well, Mercedes Moné, 8-belt Mercedes Moné. Like, we're marqueing it. We're making sure people know about the 8 belts. The octo belt lady doing her thing. She will be here with us tonight. We'll see what that means. Probably tied into the match we're going to talk about. The Young Bucks taking on, what are we calling these guys now? Brodito. Yeah, Bandito, Brody King. Semifinals, I do believe this is, of the Eliminator to find out who will take on the tag champs at Forbidden Door. But the rumors are plenty about the tag champs. Are they happy? Are things going well? Is somebody that's complained about one company now complaining about another? And maybe we shouldn't have burned all the bridges we burned. We will talk about that as well tonight, as we will get into that. But very interesting how that will play out under the circumstances. We get a fatal four-way, another multi-lady match as Queen Eminata, Sky Blue. Who's the one in the middle? Oh, yeah, Alex Windsor. Can't leave her out. And Billy Starks. The winner of this gets a TBS title shot. I'll be straight honest with everybody with a set of ears. I don't want to see any of these women win this match. Can we have a four-way DQ? We need a Keith Sweat victory here. I'm not interested in any of these women fighting Sasha Banks. I'm sorry, I'm not. I know some guys out there are going to give me a hard time, but Sky Blue's cute. She's got a booty. It doesn't matter. There's nothing there for me. Alex Windsor, we know why she's in the position she's in. No disrespect to her. I don't know her. I'm sure she's a nice lady, but my God, what a push. If other women that have been on this roster for 2, 3, 4 years got the love that Alex Windsor's getting right now, they would be doing phenomenal. Billy Starks, of course, we know the little minion, usually on Ring of Honor, has been up on the main roster for a little bit now. I don't think she's ready. I don't really want to see Billy versus Mercedes. There's no better match. There's no marquee match. There's no, I don't know. I just feel like whoever wins this, we're about to get a weekly collision match on a pay-per-view, and I just don't think it's justified here, as I do see that chat rolling. I appreciate it, folks. Moxley, Speedball. So, Tony Khan's new thing is to do these weekly selfie videos. He goes live on X, I believe, and he records it. And it's very much kind of like Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis if their little brother was trying to do it and be cool too. That's what it feels like. But I guess John Moxley beat up security and demanded a match. And Tony went into the locker room and said, "Who wants to fight Moxley?" And Speedball went, "I do. Just let me finish my game." So that's what we're going to get. That's what we're getting. I don't love it. I don't get it. I think it's kind of crazy. I know John Moxley almost got thrown off a roof on Saturday, so he's piping hot. But I think there's opportunities where don't put people in the ring too much. We've seen a lot of Moxley. Moxley sucks. He's not helping the product. He's not bringing eyes to the show. He doesn't sell anything. This match is going to be awful and be all about some type of angle. Darby shows back up. That's going to be the priority. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something like that. This match ends up being kind of meaningless. And then we're going to run back the grudge match main event. We love Mark Briscoe. We love MJF, two of the top talents in this company. I have no problem with them kind of being in the main event spot this week. I just fully don't. Like, we're running it back. If this was for the TNT title or the international or the intercontinental title or the unified title, one of the mid-card titles, you have a plethora. If that was what this was, I think it works. I think it's good. I think it's solid. But it's not. It's just a grudge, and that's fine. You can have just grudges without belts, but MJF and the Hurt Syndicate have a falling out. Mark Briscoe, he's been messing with, but still also trying to get a Hangman because he does have the contract. It should be a fun match. I'm excited for this. Two guys I really like, so let's hope it plays out well. Don't forget, get your merch. Join the WFU. As always, use the hashtags. And don't forget, we're back at it at 7:45 tomorrow for TNT Impact. TNA Impact. I work here, I promise. But, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, J1, how you doing? What's up? Not AEW related, but some major news broke today. The WWE Premium Live events moving to ESPN in the United States starting at WrestleMania 42. This is all everyone's talking about. I was scrolling. I actually took a note. As I was scrolling social media, this is what I found. And you can imagine, I follow a lot of wrestling. WWE posts, WWE, then ESPN. WWE, NXT, WWE, ESPN, WWE, AEW. Now, today's the day we get Dynamite. Today's the day. Everyone's excited. Real wrestling's back on Wednesdays. No, WWE, ESPN, NXT, AEW, WWE, NXT, ESPN twice. Like everything that we're talking about in wrestling, 90% of the conversation right now is WWE. It's their rights. It's Brock Lesnar. It's SummerSlam. Wednesday, I had to search through, my page to find the AEW stuff. And a lot of the AEW stuff I found was Bobby Lashley's mad. MVP's not happy. What does this mean? What does that mean? Oh, no. Not a lot of good press. Then Tony puts out his little video. We get an extra match. It's hard. It's getting swallowed up right now. Tony's got to find a way to heat this company up. I know people keep saying the feeling's restored. It's really not. It hasn't been there. As we are like 1 minute away, I've said hello to one person. So I'm going to rapid fire some names. I will catch up. Hope everyone out there is doing well. I'm getting the violence warning. But Zach, Kevin, AD, Josh, the tattooed barber. What's up, KJ and Big Nick? Big Nick is out there. I am shocked that you guys don't have more subscribers to this channel. It was easy to find. I literally typed in wrestling and this was the first thing that came up. Well, I'm happy to know the algorithm's doing its job. I appreciate the kind words. Tattooed barber, I love it. As we are kicking off the show in Cleveland, we're just getting started. We're just a baby. Once we're gaining our momentum, we're growing. Spread the word. We thank you, but it's just simply age. We are still relatively young as a channel, and we're growing. We're growing. We're coming. And I know some names out there. They know what we're doing. So I appreciate the love. Be a friend. Tell all your friends. Let's jack this number. We want 10K. At 10K, Nick and I are getting tattoos. So there's a lot coming your way, folks. But we got MJF on screen. Sup, Safit. Randy, how you doing? Eric, Kevin, Jose, Bradley again. Klaatu, welcome back. Wrestling Proud. We're going to talk about ESPN. We're going to talk. There's so much going on. We almost need extra time on these shows. But Jose got you. Paul, welcome back. Jerome, welcome back. Paul Scott, the wrestling god, Joshua. Wrestle Watch 50, Johnny F. Welcome. MDB, I'm sleepy. You can't start the show sleepy. As right now, MJF is cutting a backstage promo. Talking about, I guess, his match tonight. I'm not feeling this Briscoe MJF feud. It's because it's been an offshoot of everything else. Like, you never really took it serious. Like, it wasn't dug into, if that makes sense, Richard. It just wasn't established as an ongoing thing. It was just like, MJF had his Hurt Syndicate stuff, and then there was Briscoe over here bugging him once in a while. We never actually focused on it. Terrell, how you doing? Lots of pyro, always, Richard. That's just for us. MDB, we got you. We coming for sure. Let's go. We're just getting started, folks. But MJF, Mark Briscoe, some emphatic words by MJF. 316, don't call me stupid. Can someone explain that I have Finity? Do I get the app on Hulu to get WWE Kelly? I'll get back to that. It's not stupid. There was a lot of confusion about this. I think the WWE could have announced it a little better, made it clearer how this was all going down. And again, there's a large contingent of piranha out there that are just waiting for some sign of bad news, some sign of bullshit. And they don't read. They just read headlines. And I advised one podcaster out there today, do the research before you start going public and complaining. Figure out what's up. If you currently have ESPN in any form, whether it's, I think there's a bunch of providers, and you got to bear with me because this is US. If you're international, you're laughing. You're laughing at all this chaos. It doesn't mean shit to me here in Canada. As I got John Moxley opening the show, I guess he was eager to get the scrap on, but I will put a poll up for this one as well, folks, as John Moxley will take on Speedball, and we all know John Moxley is not losing. Mox for Speedball. All right. But, yeah, 2 hours of insight and rants. That's what Wednesdays have become. So thank you. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, Alexis. but I'll accept it. Damien, the leader of the Hopium tribe. Mercedes is defending her belt in a 4-way at Forbidden Door, not a singles. So that is correct. If I said singles, I stand corrected. There's a representative from each company that's kind of involved in Forbidden Door. So we're going to get the AEW ones. But so that is a valid argument, but I also don't want to see the other two against Mercedes either. So the Fatal 4, like the TBS title to me is a dud title. It doesn't work. She doesn't work. I don't give a fuck how many miscellaneous belts she picks up. I don't care. This deal isn't bad as people are making, in my opinion. You got to do your research. Now, I went at a lot the AEW contingent, the fans that just want to find everything negative about, have fun paying that money for those PLEs. AEW does 10 pay-per-views a year. They charge $50. In my country, it's like 60 and change. But in America, I believe it's $49.99. Simple math, 10 times 50, 500, right? $500 a year you're paying just for the pay-per-views. No extra content, no football, no nothing. Just 10 straight pay-per-views. That's all you get for $500. With the ESPN thing, let's say you don't have anything that has it, you got to pay the $30 a month. But for $30 a month, you get the PLEs, you get football, you get side products, you get other things that are being carried. ESPN is going to be doing live sports centers at WWE events. Like there's a lot of side to this. There's a lot of perk to this. The post shows, the pre-shows are going to be on ESPN. So again, do we ever want to pay more money as fans? No. The idea that we're going to be mad at a company whose sole mission is to make money, it's this weird thing of don't achieve or we'll hate you. As I do have Speedball coming out. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's not much different. And if you have YouTube TV or if you have Hulu or if you have ESPN through cable, it's free of charge. Free. Already built in. So there's people out there that are going to get every WWE pay-per-view and not pay a penny, even if they didn't want it. So that's what we got to think. People just ran with $30 a month. $30 a month. This is ridiculous. Plus, you get to cancel your other subscription. So you're saving money right there. But we get the ring of the bell, folks, and Speedball wasting no time. 80% going Moxley. I'm surprised that's not 95% Moxley. I'll be honest, folks. Who didn't I say hello to yet? Ronan, good to see you. Sean Reed, Z-Man. Jose, we already got you, sir. Sean Reed, and I promise I'm going to try and read some of these comments. Ronan, I'm literally not interested in this match at all. No. Alex, yes. Claw2, more is about the exciting as match popcorn. Monet, yeah, okay. No, I agree with you. Like, it's just not working, and I think that's the problem right now with AEW is they used to have a lot of hot, young, cool talent that, like, oh, man, I've never seen anyone like Darby, or I haven't, Moxley is gone crazy, and he's doing all this shit, or, wow, look at the matches Kenny Omega has. I just don't feel like anybody in AEW has that right now. The one guy is on the shelf till at least Forbidden Door, and that's Ospreay. And here's my challenge to the fans out there who are watching right now: as Moxley has taken over in this match, name me the WWE stars that left WWE and are now better in AEW. I can name 2 off the top that are guaranteed slam dunks, but I'll wait and see what the chat says. I can name 2 for sure. But I would argue a lot of people either stayed flat or lost aura moving to that company. And that's on Tony. Cherokee George, welcome back. Welcome back. Wrestling Watch 50, we got you. I see a super chat from Super Spaz. How you doing, buddy? KJ out here dying for our sins. Mad respect, brother. Thanks, everyone in the chat that's been showing my stuff some love. Got a State of Wrestling coming later this week. That will piss off the right people. I could only imagine, Spaz. Thank you for the super chat. Go check out Spaz, big supporter of the channel, friend of the show, fellow Canadian, and might bump into you at MLP soon, maybe. Disney just spending hella money this week. And you know what's crazy about the ESPN, Disney being the parent company, all this insanity about Brock Lesnar this week. People wanted Brock Lesnar canceled, wanted WWE canceled. Disney, of all people, one of the most conservative fucking companies on the planet, or liberal, sorry, with all the reasons, still gave them 1.6 billion. It didn't change their opinion on anything. Paul Heyman went on had an interview today. I don't know if you saw it. He pretty much laughed at the fans. You can't cancel him. It's interesting. So they're very fully aware of what they're doing. But yeah, they're just throwing the money around. They have all the money. Speedball. Sorry, buddy. Speedball down. Marina looking her over. The ref being distracted, but nothing happening. Oh, Moxley. Speedball having issues with his eyeballs. What's up, pal? How you doing? How you doing, buddy? Ken, gotcha. I pay $179 a year for Flow Racing. Get all types of racing every night from all over the country. Hashtag not sponsored, which we're hoping changes very soon. I recommend everybody gets a VPN. It's super handy. It's super useful. You can just change where you are. It's good for your security. It's a good idea. Trust me, running these channels, or running this channel the way we do. Oh, wait a minute. Kevin Knight is giving Marina a hard time. And apparently it's cold in Cleveland this particular night. Philip Brown, how you doing? Here we go again. Tony Khan is really going broke tonight. He going to destroy you. I don't know, buddy. I don't know. I got lots of questions. Anthony hooked me up with it, and I love him for it. Oh, let's see. We got it. There we go. Nothing but love. Kane and Undertaker. Wait, what? Did I ask for what did I do? Boston, good to see you, buddy. ESPN, the Ocho. They should have signed AEW and been the Ocho. Robin Speedball, Moxley on the outside. And I'm going to admit, folks, I'm not that into this. But KJ, it's so good. It's great. Where do we get that then, Bradley? 1.6. But we're not getting the library ECW, WCW with the move to ESPN. So, no, I believe the WWE library is staying with Peacock till, I believe, 2029. I then believe it might move over to Netflix. I believe that's ultimately their plan. Again, I wish all the shit was in one place. I miss the WWE network for that. AEW, WWE, it requires so many subscriptions in so many different places, and some shit's on YouTube. And sometimes we don't even know where the show is or can't find it at all, especially, we've had trouble here internationally with AEW, then WWE moved. So we had to go find out where that moved to. It's crazy shit. So it's a lot, but I highly recommend using alternative means. I watch a ton of sports and I get them all on ESPN. Jose, Anthony, how you doing? As we go to pitcher and pitcher, folks, and I will try and catch up on some of this because I love what you guys have to say every night. Yeah, but if greed wasn't involved in the entire world, could have all WWE content in one place on Netflix like y'all do. It doesn't affect me. I have ESPN. So it is what it is, but it does affect others. No, I agree. Listen, I understand what it's like to pinch pennies. I understand what it's like to, struggle to make ends meet. I know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. I know what it's like, when things fluctuate. And for some people, the difference between $10 a month and $30 a month is huge. I get that. Ultimately, if you can provide the content, and again, when you start breaking down the math and going, okay, take this out or take that out, you're not paying for your Peacock anymore, or we saw it with other providers going by the wayside. I mean, I don't want to pay more. I want ticket prices to come down. I want the streaming prices to come down. I want all of it to be reduced. But they're in the business of the business, and business is good for them. Anybody that thinks they're on a decline, they are just having a time filling buildings, signing major contracts. Nick Khan is a monster. Like, this guy doesn't stop. I saw him taking heat today. He was quoted in the interview of like, I hate people who say they're tired, and you can't have like a outgoing reply when you're on vacation. You're always available. You're always doing your thing. And I understand people like criticize him. I was like, that's just his philosophy. leave him alone. Second, again, look where he is. He got there for a reason. Disney knows the original programming in his cheeks right now, right? People keep coming, but you're paying $14 a month. No, stop crying. Well, here's the other part of that is, Paul, and I mean, again, it's just the unnecessary belly aching and people that are just jumping on bandwagons. The thing about this is, like, Brock Lesnar was the biggest news in wrestling on Sunday. Here we are Wednesday. This is the biggest news. On Friday, there'll be something else. Biggest news. Everyone has such a short attention span. It doesn't last very long. So, I mean, again, I know people are mad. I know people are raging. But all the best advice I can give anyone out there, if you hate something, if you don't like AEW and what they're doing, if you don't like WWE and what they're doing, stop giving them your money. That's how you prove your point. If you really mean it, you're not just grandstanding for social media, then stop talking about it, stop watching it, and stand on your grounds. And we'll let you know when things change. If that's how strongly you feel, don't just say it, do it. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so what else we got? People can just pay Netflix and use a VPN to bypass the other streaming networks. And again, like I said, I mean, not everybody is going to require this. VPN is a way of life. Facts. I have access around these paywalls. Hey, Jack Sparrow in the house. Let's go. What's up, Wrestle Rants? As we are back to the action, by the way, Speedball, who's so little, is getting just worked by Moxley. Moxley no-sells a chop and starts throwing forearms, face wash. But if for all the people out there, there's thousands, tens of thousands, I'm imagining, houses in the United States that already have ESPN that are now going to get these shows free of charge, right? Yes, if you are a person that doesn't have cable or doesn't have any of the other means, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to make that decision. Is it worth it? Is there other ways I can do this? Or do I have to give in? And if I have to give in and pay them the money, is it worth it to me? If it is, go ahead. If it's not, keep your money. There you go. And worst case scenario, if you boycott the PLEs, show up here. We'll fill you in on all the details. Streaming is more expensive now than cable. That's become the problem, right? Like, you used to find cool ways to watch all your shows. Now all these subscriptions, I might as well just get a cable box back. 2 count. Bailey gets 2 count on Mox. Bum, bum, bum. If I did miss your comment, don't forget the super chat, super stickers, or just repeat yourself. I'll get to it eventually. Spaz, $10. People confused to the fact that AEW has great talent with being a good company, telling good stories, and TK not being a snowblower. I am going to All Out in TO. Yes, it's for the initials. No. Well, here's the thing. Ultimately, I hear it all the time, right? We hear it, we talk about it. AEW has the best women's roster. Where is it? Prove it. AEW has the best tag teams. Where are they? What are they doing? What are they up to? Shooting star, by the way. Moxley kicks out, instantly put in the armbar. Moxley clapping, struggling, kind of selling. But yeah, I mean, again, I believe that if you were an outsider looking in, you could be honest with AEW and admit that it's not nearly as hot as it used to be, and something has to change. And I'm not even screaming and yelling. I know you can go watch other podcasters scream and yell at the top of their lungs, but right now the point is they have so much talent, they have so much potential, they could do so much. And I understand the fans really want them to win, almost like they're cheering for their favorite sports team. But you can't deny the facts. If your team's in last place or your team's struggling to score goals, the numbers are the numbers. When you translate that to what we're doing here, well, the numbers are the numbers. And denying that, well, do that at your own detriment, because eventually it's going to go too far the wrong way. And you guys are going to be asking, I can't believe this happened. Yeah, because you didn't pay attention. You stayed in your bubble. You stayed in your silo, and you didn't pick up all the information. You heard what you wanted to hear. You made excuses when you were, oh, wow, big boot. Moxley with the big boot. But again, thank you, Spaz, for that. Who wants cable when I can pick whatever stream I want? And we'll bundle most of them. The only beef I have, like in Canada, like for, oh, there's Darby. Darby's got Claudio. Bang overhead. A kidnapping. Moxley's walking around confused. That's all this match was about. Michael, thank you. Good to see you, sir. Hope you are well. Anthony, go to a bar and watch it there. Man, those were the good old days. 2-2-2. It looked like a 3, but 2-2-2. Big kick. Another kick. Moxley just laying flat on his back. Kicks out at 2. Watch Austin Powers. We will get a match without Moxley bleeding. Yeah, well, I mean, there's no reason for him to bleed in this one, but who knows? It's early. Who wants cable? Got that one. I still pay for cable. I haven't paid for cable in years, and I know I was making a point, but I got distracted by Moxley. So, yeah, this match brought to you by NyQuil. People are going to tell you this match was amazing. Moxley drives me insane. Great match. There you go. See, told you someone was going to say it. Man, I'm behind. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Jose. Darby Allin definitely in the house. And it's over. Like that. Moxley gets the win, rolls out, his favorite thing to do. Wheeler has been abducted. Yeah, it was Yuta. Sorry, I think I said Claudio. It's Yuta. Thank you. Spaz. I'll miss the boys on Friday. I'll be at Lincoln Park. That's dope, dude. At this point, my second home, Scotiabank Arena. Chat someone, say something dumb for me. Spaz, have a good time. And have fun at Scotia, buddy. Nice barn. Nice barn. They need to have the last rights match between Moxley and Darby. They're going to end up having a coffin match or a something, right? As Kevin Knight checking on Bailey. I mean, not a bad match. And we got Renee in the back with Tony and Alex Windsor. And Alex Windsor's the one in the forefront, if you all notice this. My God. What a great company. What was the point of this match? It was all about Darby. This match was all right. I mean, again, Moxley doesn't sell well. I'm not interested in it. And I knew the whole purpose of this match was for that Darby moment. We got it. Flat ending, yes. I would agree. I thought Claudio was there. Just has the ultra fast Canadian stream. Yeah, I don't know what's up. Am I super ahead of everybody? So I'll actually slow down a little if it's a little ahead. Denisha, good to see you. You need cable for ESPN or YouTube TV. Will work that way for sure. And there's apparently a couple other places that provide it. So yeah. Shout out to my alma mater. Nice. How does Canada have better internet speed than USA? Well, we only have like 2 major providers is one of the things with us. So I don't know if it's bad or good in comparison. It makes our prices expensive as fuck. But yeah, with phones, internet, and shit, we basically have 2 major providers, and they kind of run shit. So it's kind of streamlined that way. Mox drops Speedball straight in his head. Yeah, he did. Can you see Cross and Scarlett? No, I can't. I can't. And I know Nick and I have talked about this as we got Wheeler body bagged. Wheeler is body bagged, folks. And Darby driving off. Moxley is in a rage. They really should paint him. And on the forehead, it says Forbidden Door. So they are going to do Moxley, Darby, Allin, Forbidden Door. Is Forbidden Door starting to feel like I invited people to my party and nobody came? Let me know what you think. Like, honestly, is that a fair question? As we do go to a commercial break right now, folks, but that is the question. Is Forbidden Door this year starting to feel like all my friends are here and nobody wants to come? Where's everybody else? I know we're going to get a fatal four-way for the TBS title involving CMLL as well as new Stardom. But we're getting Moxley, Darby, Swerve Okada. Tag titles are coming from within. It's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, no surprise at all. Windsor is not over. Well, she's over the right thing to get her where she needs to be. Looking forward to seeing the next TBS champion soon. Yeah. Who, what, when, and where on that one? Wasn't that pile driver a move band? We did 4 of them last week, Cherokee George. 1 on a set of stairs. And when people say, "Oh, that was a great match," when you got guys like Alvarez out there saying, "Oh, they're putting on a clinic," are they really? Are they really? Then you tell me Gunther and Punk are boring. I got AEW fans telling me that WWE can't put on good matches, but I'm supposed to understand that you hit a guy with a pile driver on a set of stairs and we just move on like no big fucking deal, and then hit him with 3 more, no big deal. I got a problem with that. I want real pro wrestling. I want it to be within the confines of believability. Just hitting all these moves, and it might impress some, but clearly the audience at large isn't buying the shit anymore. Windsor's the hater can knock off. Yeah, where's Hater? Body bag. Forbidden Door. So, yeah, it looks like Darby, Moxley, Forbidden Door. What's up, baby J? Let's fucking go. What happened to Chris Statlander? Again, babyface heel, babyface heel, babyface. Not sure. In something, not in something. I thought Stat, when she lost the TBS title, her natural transition would be towards the world title. Again, I feel like a talented woman that would do extremely well in NXT and be able to develop her skills. I've been watching Chris Statlander. She evolved. She got better. She dropped a bit of the alien stuff, got a little more serious, and it went nowhere. It went nowhere. I like Statlander a lot. This goes back to, don't just tell me you're the best. Show me. Put these people on TV. Book these wrestlers. Give us good matches. Do you think we get a stipulation between Moxley and Darby? 100%. Thank you, folks. 100%. We often get Moxley stipulations because Moxley can't really wrestle, so Moxley needs stipulations. So if we get regular matches like this one, they're kind of boring, and Moxley doesn't really know what to do with himself. And this rivalry has been as such. Why wouldn't it have a stipulation? I thought Forbidden Door for it. Yeah, so New Japan, Stardom, and CMLL all involved. So up next, ladies and gentlemen, I will put a poll up as we will figure out who will enter the Fatal 4-Way. But Renee Paquette in the back, I will put a poll up for the next match. As we do have the Fatal 4-Way for the spot at Forbidden Door. We go back to the back, actually. Oh, there we go. 8-Belt Monet in the house. Yet another championship. It is embarrassing. It's not good because it's like watching the coach's kid take home all the awards. We know they don't deserve it, but they're still leaving with the trophy. That's what she feels like. She feels like the coach's kid getting all the awards at the banquet at the end of the year. It's fucking nonsense. Does not help her. Does not help the company. And again, half these belts are meaningless. I feel like AEW could make a better effort to counsel all the blatant nepotism and politicking. You can't because it all stops. The buck stops with one man, MDB. One man. And there's one man responsible and one man accountable. And I know a couple weeks ago, I went back and forth with Sappy, and Sappy went into my DMs and tried to get tough with me and then tried to flex. And I just took his DMs and I put him out on public and put him on blast. And then he, was all pouty about that. Oh, it's such a bitch move. And yeah, no. You got called out on your shit. And he tries to do this with everybody. And for whatever reason, oh, I'm not biased. I'm just a reporter. We cover more than... Shut up, Sap. Because we know he's full of shit. And we have proof that he's full of shit time and time again. We've even caught him posting from his burner account trying to praise himself. It's ridiculous. And he is adamant about this creative control. And I know he wanted to play the semantics game. And he's tried to play the semantics game. Well, it's not in their contract like Hulk Hogan. And it's bullshit. You have wrestlers in your locker room, and you had wrestlers in your locker room that you can't make do nothing. The boss has no control. None. So you might call it creative influence, but it's more than an influence when you can outright refuse your boss and say, fuck you, I'm not doing this. The rumors were Miro wouldn't do it. Rumors were Aleister Black wouldn't do it. Now it's the Hurt Syndicate. Why are all these big name WWE guys getting signed and they don't want to do business? Because they know better. It's why Punk left. It's why Cody left. It's why the Hurt Syndicate don't want to be there. It's why other people are going to leave, because ultimately it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Tony just books for Tony. This is Tony's vanity project for him and his friends. And everyone else is just a pawn, a moving piece. He doesn't give a fuck if they come. He doesn't give a fuck if they go. He just wants to make himself giggle and gorilla. That's where it stands. That's where it is. The nepotism. We get back-to-back more toast main events on the heels of it coming out that he's with Mercedes. Not a coincidence. We had one of the Bucks' wives running merch. You know, why? Just because. We've seen friend and family, Nick Wayne's mom, which, I mean, that's the best part of that faction, so I don't want to bitch too much. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. He got to dance at Sammy's wedding, so Sammy gets to stay around. He gets to do the hip thrust with Danny, so Danny gets a push. Doesn't matter that they don't help. They don't sell tickets. Nobody wants to see them. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the fans want. We've been begging for over the last 2 years. The fans have begged and begged and begged for stories and begged for better use of certain people. Stop using the people that are uninteresting. Use some of the newer talent. Develop some talent. And he hasn't done any of it. None of it. And again, my question out to everybody was, list off the WWE wrestlers that are better off in AEW than they were WWE. And I'm looking at one of them right now on my screen as Tony Storm comes out to the ring, folks. Dude, South Park in a buzz, man. I feel like Forbidden Door is just a name that is stuck now, similar to Survivor Series. Nothing feels like Survivor Series anymore. That's a good point. I mean, the additional War Games kind of helped a little, but I miss old school Survivor Series, and I wish we could bring it back. I think it'd be fun times. But is it though? Like, is that what has happened with Forbidden Door? It's just it's a name. But it's this random pay-per-view kind of in the middle of other pay-per-views. Yeah, I don't know. But we are off and running. The poll is up. Is there a chance that Alex Windsor wins this? And why was Tony Storm on my screen? If you're in another way, why go to lose to an AEW jobber? Again, that's a big question, right? Again, I think people are very protective of their character, protective of how they're presented. People were very into the Hurt Syndicate. We hurt people, right? It got over. It worked. I didn't like them being pushed as heels. I think they should have been baby faces. Them taking on Speedball or Jet Ski at the pay-per-view wasn't good. Didn't make sense. Wasn't strong. They don't look strong. The MJF stuff never made sense. Never got a payoff. Never worked out. Apparently it's done. I don't get it. As okay. Aminata doing the old booty push. Wow. Moxley sold all. Yeah, no, he doesn't sell shit. Cooper over on Twitch. Don't forget we have a Twitch, folks. 103 Twitchers. So we're growing on Twitch. I like it. That makes it even worse, having a long-standing tradition that you just throw away. I don't know what he said, but I'll take your word for it. If it's Forbidden Door, is there UK talent on the card because it's in London? Not to my knowledge. Could it happen? Yeah. It takes one phone call from Will Ospreay to be like, bro, we got to book him. We got to book him. And it'll be done. Nice move. We had the pump kick from Blue leading to the DDT on Starks. And right now, Blue's got Windsor. The traditional Survivor Series match was always something I looked forward to. It was my favorite. Like outside of the Royal Rumble, I loved Survivor Series. I was a big fan. It's almost like that fantasy booking, that kind of putting a team together. And there was always there was a reason for every one of the matches for the most part. Every once in a while, you get an overly gimmicky one. You get like Jerry Lawler and his little guys against Doink, Dink, Wink, Pink, and Sink. I always say Sink, but it's not Sink. Dink. But Queen off the apron. Down on her face. I'd say I like the pace of this match. I like how we've opened. Nice neck breaker to the floor. But I love Survivor Series, and I wish they'd kind of go back to that. Because you remember, like, your favorite good guy would have an issue with a bad guy. Like, Randy Savage would make a team. Hogan would make a team. There was always, like, the $1 million team. I thought it was fun times. It's how we got The Undertaker. But all 4 women down on the outside. Tony just wandering around like a lost old lady. Evening KJ, Darby versus Mox is going to be a death match or a buried alive match or something like that. 100%. Of all the matches, like, you should have done the world title one-on-one straight up, but you're going to do Darby, Moxley, no stip. That would backwards bullshit if I've ever seen it. MJF, next AEW champion. I guess. I mean, MJF has been so flat. I don't know what to do with MJF, and he's been the victim of terrible booking and bad outcomes for a long time. The Devil storyline, Cole breaking his foot, adding to the ineffectiveness of the Devil storyline, being best friends, and then it not working out, never really getting that payoff, as we are in picture, the sloppiness of all of it, and he works for weeks to get in the Hurt Syndicate, and it falls apart. The rumor out there was apparently, Bobby, MVP, maybe just MVP. I don't know how it all plays out. It's all rumor. But I guess they're not really thrilled to be working with MJF. I don't know. Women's match next. Yeah, I'm that far behind. Okay. Spaz, let's go. I got to catch up. I don't even know what I just clicked. One worse than Hangman is Backup. Backup Hangman. Spaz, $2 super chat. Kind of pulling my cord, are you, buddy? I see you. Backup Hangman, I don't get. That guy I thought was run off the internet for being ridiculous. Again, another example of Sappy being a hypocrite, where he'll judge and condemn anybody out there. But this guy said sorry, and I believed him, so I'd happily work with him anytime. Yeah, just another bandwagon jumper, a guy with no actual opinion, no actual backbone, no actual 2 cents. He just says what everyone else is going to say, hoping you would click on it. He proved that with all the bullshit he went into about Adam Cole. I don't care that he, at the end of the day, do whatever you got to do, man. But if you're that desperate to fit in, it shows. And he shows. He exposes himself all the time. Talks out of both sides of his mouth. Again, just up there with Sappy and a few others that are absolutely embarrassing. And if anybody is looking for some extra money and you are paying for any of those subscriptions, save your money. Go get ESPN. But don't pay these fake people for shit. No, but nobody should be behind a Fightful paywall. It's fucking disgusting. Is she defending the champions? I guess. Rasta4 Live. Thank you, Kevin. Who's Sap? You Google it. Queen Aminata deserves a push. She gives you match after match after match. She's solid. Oh, that was a little clunky, but we got there. Into a roll-up. Starks. A fun little match. Billy and Alex Windsor in the ring right now. Oh. Windsor's going to win this, folks. What did the chat say? 50% Windsor, 52. Wow. Billy 12, Queen 19, Blue 19. So a couple throwaway votes for the other three girls, but the vast majority of people think Alex Windsor is going to get the W tonight. That's crazy. Trick Daddy, not in America. Let's go. This match is a tad sloppy. Yeah. It's all right, though. I mean, entertainment-wise, I like the pace. I'm enjoying this more than I'm enjoying the Moxley match that we got first. And that's the sad truth about Forbidden Door and Survivor Series, just by name, yeah. No, Boston's got a really good point. I just feel like it's too soon for Forbidden Door to be that. But when you buy out all the other talent and you kind of don't leave the other companies with much, it's hard. They've already come through the door. Like I said, everybody that you wanted to invite to the parties in the house. No one else is invited. Or no one else is coming anyway. And Queen Aminata with a big headbutt. All four women down. The crowd cheers. Let's go. MJF is just plain blah. Yeah. And if you would have said that to me 2 years ago, that this guy was just going to fizzle out, to me, that's on booking. Bum, bum. MVP is former Liberty City, one of the toughest neighborhoods in Miami. He ain't taking shit from anybody. No, I mean, again, are we going to run into another feared for your life situation? Right? Like, is it going to lead to that where it's disgruntled and frustrations? But again, I think the guys that get the business and aren't there just to collect the paycheck are too serious about it. And, you know, oh, there's no big deal. Just do this match or do that match. And they're saying, no, we won't do it. And they get painted as difficult. They get painted as troublemakers. But it can't always be them. And that, I find it so hilarious. Like, Hurt Syndicate comes into AEW, and MVP didn't have nice things to say about WWE, or at least members of the WWE. And the fans, oh, wow. Sunset bomb from the second row. Queen breaks up the 2 count. But, you know, all the fans were, oh, the Hurt Syndicate, they're going to kill it. Triple H dropped the ball. These guys are da-da-da-da. How many times today I saw, oh, who cares? They're cancer. Cut them loose. We don't need them. You guys flip like that. I don't even think y'all pay attention to your own fucking timelines. 2 count, 2 count, 2 count. Nice spot there. Tuna Melcher, Sean Ross Crap, Salty Sidge. You were trying to get me in all this shit, eh? $5 super chat. Laboo the Poo. None of them have walked upright in 2,135 days. Do the math. Yeah. One of those names I don't fully know, and I'm happy about that. I've given my opinion publicly several times on the other 3. And again, I can't support any company that one of their members or one of their founding members shows up in people's DM when you don't agree with them. The softest fucking guy in the IWC. Sky Blue got squished. Oh, another. As Alex Windsor drops herself on a chair. Oh, no, sorry, that was Blue. That was Blue. That was the fucking craziest shit. Backbreaker on the chair. Suplex inside the ring. Billy starts on fire. Big boot. Blue, yes, she did. 2 count. Good match. Fun match. I will say that. Oh, Alex Windsor ducks under. Discus clothesline. Down goes Billy. Oh, Athena's there. Tony knocks out Athena. I guess she's playing Godmother. Karen Cross will sign with who, Alan? Good match. Sky Blue tripped. Yeah, no, she definitely tripped. And Alex Windsor, the latest Nepo friend, gets the W and will take on Monet at Forbidden Door. if I was Deonna Purrazzo, if I was Taya Valkyrie, if I was Thunder Rosa, now I know Thunder Rosa stepped away, as Monet's up on the stage making everybody puke in their mouth. If I was Penelope Ford, if I was anybody else got some names, Willow, I would collectively walk the fuck out of the company watching this nonsense. Alex Windsor comes out of left field, puts in no time, instantly going to get a Forbidden Door pay-per-view match. And I know some people, I can't believe he's saying that. It's not that big of a deal. Calm down, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I would walk the fuck out on this nonsense. It is fucking absurd. But Tony gave us our one women's match of the week, so I should be grateful. It was a fun match, but Alex Windsor being the number one contender to take on Monet, that ain't it. As she's standing in the ring right now, and Aubrey is taking every single one of these belts, and it is taking forever. She is wasting our fucking time. And this is why people are tuning out of AEW. Sky Blue tripped twice and then smashed her own face on the chair. Said, fuck it. And it's sadly predictable. And it's not predictable like, well, Cody's the biggest baby face, so he's going to win predictable. It's, well, she's married to Will Ospreay predictable. As now we got chaos, all the champions, all the contenders. Athena's looking down. You have to be in Tony's select circle to get booked proper. And for all the fans out there, and I said this the other day, I'm not picking sides when it comes to this Brock Lesnar thing. I don't give a fuck. But if you're going to jump on the internet and just beat this horn, fuck this company, and we hate Brock Lesnar, and you know what he did, and then you got to talk about Sammy Guevara. You have to talk about Ric Flair. You have to talk about the people within your company. You got to talk about the people that have NDAs signed to make complaints go away. And you got to paint everybody with the same brush. The hypocrisy has to stop. The nepotism has to stop. The catering to the people within the walls has to stop. And if Tony can't be the boss, if Tony can't put on his big boy pants and be the fucking boss of this company, step aside, let someone else do it, and you will still get all the fucking credit in the world. If that's what this is about. But if you want to put this fucking company back in the right direction, let somebody with a pair of balls actually do this. I have to remind people on the constant, Tony Khan is older than me, and he acts 20 years younger than I. I don't get it, and I get it. At the same time, I get that he's a billionaire. I get that he gets to do whatever he wants. I just don't get this shit, and why it just, for the fans out there, for the sickos out there that just can't see it, don't get it, and justify everything. This is why fans are leaving. This is why fans are giving up. This is why people would rather pay $30 a month and take that form of entertainment than pay $50 10 times a year. I'm sorry, the nepotism in AEW has become nauseating for me. She's probably going to get a belt within 3 months. Kid Revos, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you dearly. And that's it right there, folks. That's not me. I gave you my 2 cents, but others feel the same way I do. I know this because the company I fell in love with had, 10,000 people in Chicago a few years ago. They were filling up buildings. Everybody was coming out. Now you're lucky if you can sell 3,000. And AEW fans dare shit on TNA? I don't get it. I don't get the mindset. But between the bad booking decisions, things like the nepotism that is so blatantly obvious, that is hindering your show. Beyond that, you have this toxic underbelly of a fan base that is so cult-like and so buried within themselves that they have no sense of reality right now. And they spend all day, every day, doing one of two things: defending AEW or shitting on WWE. And they're apparently wrestling fans. Well, that's not good enough for my taste. You can do better than that. You can be better than that. And if you can't It makes you a better fan to make noise. All the people out there hashtagging "We want Carmelo." It might happen, it might not. Look what happened with R-Truth. Look what happened with WrestleMania. Tony watches the internet, and it's going to take this last core of the audience for AEW to get any type of change. But as long as they're just drinking the Kool-Aid and listening to Meltzer, then we're fucked. We're fucked. The company's never going to get better because, like I said, Tony is booking for Tony. But thank you again. Speedy recovery for Thunder. KJ, now that they're available, what happens with Dakota, Gigi, and Shotzi? It's a very good question. It's a tough question. Again, my natural inclination was like, if I was Tony Khan, I'd be very interested in Dakota, Shotzi, Gigi to maybe a lesser extent. Gigi's dude works at TNA. Does she go there? Shotzi's burning up the fucking indies right now. As we have the founding fathers in their jackets, the jackets need to go away because they look ridiculous. As they're doing an interview earlier and Renee laughs in their face. They're being disrespected. But it'll be very interesting. I mean, TNA is a good spot because they take care of the knockouts so well. My fear with any Dakota, Gigi, Shotzi, any woman out there that wants to sign with AEW, I worry that they're just signing to sit at home and do fuck and all. Megan Bain couldn't challenge Mercedes Moné. Nope, can't find her. Thekla, I thought Thekla was going to set the world on fire. Thekla's better than Julia, KJ. Wait, you'll see. No, I won't. Statlander's getting so good. She's come so far. Oh, has she? Where is she now? We can't even find her. What are we doing? What are we doing, folks? But that is the Young Bucks. They're getting ready for their tag match coming up, which I believe is right now. But no respect for the EVPs or the former EVPs. I will put a poll up for this one. And I know I'm rambling a lot tonight, folks, but keep that chat coming as you guys keep me talking all night long. And I appreciate it. Are we getting the tag match? Well, here comes Kyle Fletcher. TK is cooking tonight. Yeah, cooking the meth. Poor Audrey has to hold most of her belts. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. What a waste of time. If you were standing there and somebody's taking off all those belts and you wanted to fight that person, would you wait till they got all their belts off? Because I don't think I would have. I would have clapped her upside the head when she got the third one off. Willow for sure should walk out. Her star power and merch sales. She got screwed in another one of these. You know, Mercedes is my fave. So we're going to put the belt on Willow. And then Mercedes is going to avenge what happened in New Japan. And that's what happened. And it's a shame because Willow, I think Willow in any other company is a merchandising monster. I think she is the next coming of Hugger Bailey. I think she just bright-eyed and big smile, and you want to cheer for her, and she's got a good message. She can talk, but not in this company. And I didn't really mean, and just to clarify for some people, I don't really mean the women should all walk out. It's more tongue-in-cheek. It's more of a hypothetical. But imagine you worked your ass off for years. And you and whatever crew you worked with, you guys work hard. And has anyone ever been in this situation? I have. And then like the boss brings in his nephew and he's the new foreman or manager or supervisor. Didn't do shit, didn't earn it, didn't fuck all, but we know why you're there. That's what Alex Windsor feels like. As I got Don Callis talking to Renee with the new TNT champion, what Japan wrestlers coming out to challenge Fletcher? That's the question. Rambalan. Whoa. It sucks that soon as I started watching wrestling again, AEW fell off. I saw some old stuff from like 2 years ago and it was good. The crowd's booing a lot. Are those the trio? What? Oh, those are Okada's belts. No Okada tonight. I know. I don't see him. Tony Khan screwed up Megan Bayne. She has been great 2 months. Build, then give a title match and lose. Lost to Tony. Again, you can't keep Megan Bayne, best new wrestler on the scene. You got to be at your job to be good at your job. You can't just tell people you can dunk. You got to show up in the show and actually fucking dunk. You can't just say it. Oh, we got the best dunkers on our team. We got the best shooters on our team, but we lose by 20 every game. But we got the best shooters. I just put them on the bench. Fuck them. I agree with you, KJ, but Willow wants to be mid. She had her chance to move on. Yeah, she did. She did. We need Jericho. Wait, since the big news is, did you know they're vacating the Ring of Honor? So Dusty with no knees had 3 titles. He now has lost one to Fletcher, and he's relinquished the other 2. That's crazy. You had all this time to come up with a plan. Surprise, they got no knees. But, and that all being said, respectfully, shout out to Dustin. The man is an OG. The man is a Hall of Famer. Big fan of Dustin and what he's done. But my God, why are 3 belts being brought to the ring? I'm not sure. The unified title exists, and yet they keep showing the internet because it's so they all exist together. It's like Father, Son, Holy Spirit. It's the blessed trinity of belts. International, Continental, Unified. But the Unified didn't unify anything. The International, like who goes after the International title? Who goes after the Continental? Who goes after the Unified belt? So this year at the Continental Classic, is it that the Unified title is also on the line? Do we have to win the tournament again to defend our title? I swear to God, I'm trying to find the good stuff here today. Lots of boos. Kyle Fletcher is a pro. This kid's got a lot. Lance Archer in the background. Hickory Sticko's with us. The rest of the guys are just wandering around like lost fucking souls. Oh, we got a picture. We got a painting. If they go WWE, that means more people will be released. That's also true and also possible. All the belts circulate around the same people in AEW. It's the gentleman's club. It's the boys' club. It's the, if you're in with Khan, then you're good to go. You got to be in. You got to be one of his select few. You got to be one of the favorites. And you're always around the same people. It's apparent at this point. And like I said, I would be genuinely livid if I've been busting my ass, dying to be on these shows, dying to be in pay-per-views, and somebody's girlfriend, someone's wife shows up and gets a title shot at a pay-per-view. I would be fucking beside myself. The feature of the men's division, in my opinion, is Oba, Femi, Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, Future. Okay, I like that, Byron. A lot of good names. As we get the latest Callis painting, Callis and Fletcher looking all kinds of erotic. TK plan was probably Willow Stat winning the women's tag title as a thanks, maybe. And somebody said something like 40% of the women are all injured right now. That's interesting. Why are you watching this junk? I watch it every week because I don't know. Bit of a masochist at this point, Scary Terry. What Kyle did to my Dustin is unforgivable. Boo. Cherokee George, you have every right to feel that way. I want to do the family proud, says Fletcher. Oh, by the way, Josh Alexander still wrestles. Shout out, Josh. Big fan. I used to be a big fan of Josh Alexander. I was happy just to see him. I didn't realize he's way back there. Just watching. How do you like both Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates in Mass? I think it's hilarious. I want all the Grandes. I want fucking just an army of Grandes to come. I don't care. Put fans in the mask. Just have them fucking flood the arena. Grandes everywhere. Just to watch fake rage. KJ, am I wrong? One on the real, on the up in any other company, the world title scene is Chris Statlander, Athena, Willow Nightingale, Deanna Prazo. Yeah, Megan Bain probably gets to be included in there. Camille, poor Camille. Like, what happened to Camille? We're more likely to see her on American Gladiators than we are to see her in wrestling. But in a big way, yeah, those are some. And don't forget, Tony Storm deserves that number one spot. If for my money, Tony Storm might be the best pro wrestler in all of AEW, men or female. Men or female, male or female. Tony is somebody that out of the ring, she's killing it. She's a 5 out of 5. She's murdering it. She's doing everything she's supposed to do. And then she gets in the ring and delivers banger matches. She elevates people like Mercedes Moné. So don't count out Tony Storm. She's phenomenal. And I know some people don't love the gimmick, but I leave that to the booker to make it make sense. And I'm a sucker for Taya Valkyrie, a good old Canadian girl. As we go back to the replay of Copeland taking out Bibbins. What's even worse about Mercedes is she legit doesn't think, like truly believes she doesn't look ridiculous in those titles. I give the woman credit because she clearly has enough confidence to not give a fuck what anybody thinks. But she comes off arrogant. She comes off egotistical. And people are going to say, well, that's her gimmick. No, that's her. It's all the side stuff. It's the cringiness of it. It's what originally turned me off from Jericho is you do bad shit. You don't perform well, but then go out in public and brag like you did. The delusions of grandeur become the problem. Is Cross leaving WWE? I highly doubt it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I highly doubt it. What's up, Kev? Show notes, Spaz. Get well soon, Dusty. Yeah, he's getting knees replaced. Ouch. So next week on Dynamite, we're getting Copeland versus Bibbins. So now we're setting up Christian FTR, but FTR, I believe, FTR is going to fight Bang Bang Gang in the tournament. So this is where it gets a little messy, right? Okay. Poor girls have to hold those belts. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Get her a wheelbarrow. Shooters got shooters. Right? Let's go, Anthony. The most wanted. So here comes Brodito. I feel like they told us this was the next match 20 minutes ago. Oh. All right, folks, get your votes in. Who you taking? I will take a second to remind everybody out there, go check out our merch. Go check out our stuff. If you haven't hit like, share, subscribe yet, please do so. We watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We are the Wrestling Utopia. We are the place you can come and give your opinion no matter what it is. We are open to it. We won't kick you out for it. We want to talk wrestling, less about the politics, less about the bullshit, more about what we're seeing in front of us, even though the other stuff's unavoidable. We're doing our best. But welcome to the community. Welcome to the family. If you just got here, make sure you click all those buttons as we are flying through tonight. And yeah, so FTR will take on the Bang Bang Gang. Oh, no, they beat them. So they're in the finals. So Adam Copeland is feuding with Bibbins while they're in this tournament, unless it bleeds into one another, I guess. But I need 10 likes to get to triple digits. If you haven't hit that like button yet, get in there. At least 7 of you have missed that button. Let's go. I hate the word bench. Was Camille put on the bench? She might have put herself on the bench. Again, I think you had an opportunity with Camille to do something, and it just, look how many storylines that Tony Khan has started and stopped abruptly. It's like VKM 0.2. Oh, look. Now their shit won't look like Taz saying this is ridiculous. The big screen won't lift up, and the Bucks have to crawl under. And I'm not sure what they're saying for this announcement. Low key, Jericho might actually save this crap. Low key, I kind of miss Jericho. You guys clip that and use it against me. I said this the other night. Nobody, I know Boston says it once in a while just to kind of turn my crank, but nobody's asking for Jericho to come back. Like, I haven't seen it, right? Like, we've seen a lot of people like, where's Wardlow? Where's this person? Where's that person? Nobody asks where Jericho is. Nobody cares. However, if we could get a serious Jericho coming back, like, Chris, if you ever hear this, can you just, as we got bottle rockets, no pyro, are they pushing this too far? But Jericho might actually be able to help something. Like, this show has been an outright fucking just, you didn't need to watch it. This show could have been an email so far. Dustin out a while getting double knee surgery. A while. Dusty is up in age. Dusty is getting both knees completely replaced. A while might be an understatement. So why the fuck? Yes! I don't know. I can't figure it out either. Didn't when her contract come up, she resigned, and got the title for like 2 weeks and never again. Yeah, I mean, that's what happened. And I mean, to each their own. Willow had her reasons. Maybe she felt, she feels like she fits here and wants to have an opportunity. Maybe Tony's a good salesman at times. I don't know. I never fault people for making the choices they make. But I just can't help but feel like Willow is an underutilized talent. We don't need Jarrah Hogan. No, maybe not. All right, let me catch up to this fucking chat. Been rambling all fucking night. One firework, yeah, one bottle rocket. Unwanted nightmare. I never thought I would hear KJ say he missed Jericho. Something, at least Jericho gave me a reason to rage. The level of apathy I'm developing for this program on Wednesdays is not what I want. Not even bored, just nothing, just old deer. Not even bored, just nothing, just old deer. Welcome back, Chair. How you doing? I think I missed context. Brodito is a ridiculous name. And doing Brody so dirty. Brody King should be an absolute monster, Brian. Brody King should be dominating people, fucking everybody up. He's in the ring with the two tiniest men in the company. And he should be murdering. What are we doing? Why? Why is this the best we could do with Brody King? Camille's probably gone from AEW. That's the rumor I heard. Yeah. And they dropped that. Jay Owens, revenge. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? How you feeling? As we roll on, the first hour and 10 minutes is just about to come up. Get Monet a recycling bin. Fucking hell. Yeah, I think it's bullshit that to watch her stand there and unstrap each one of those belts and hand them to Aubrey. And why is the ref taking them? Fuck that shit. Lay them down. Get the fuck out of here. I don't get paid for that. No, apparently he can't be a singles guy. He needs a partner. Buddy Murphy hurt his ankle in February, late January. And we haven't seen him since. I feel like everybody that gets injured gets an automatic extra 3 months, 5 months added to their injury time. Just stay home. I'll keep paying you. As we go to pitcher and pitcher, folks, how you doing out there? How you feeling on a Wednesday? You put hump day in the books. We got Friday Junior tomorrow, and then the weekend is upon us. Tomorrow we are back 7:45 p.m. as we bring you TNA. I almost called it TNT. Too many acronyms floating through my head. But TNA Impact tomorrow. We're looking forward to doing this. Every once in a while, we try and get a little more involved in TNA, but we do have the best coverage for TNA in Anthony, and we're looking forward to having him on for this one. Lots going on, lots to figure out. Joe Hendry, Mustafa Ali. We got Joe Henry jumping out of appliances. We got Moose and Trick. Very interesting how things played out on NXT. I kind of feel like Moose just kind of stood there and got shunned, but we'll see where it goes. Young Bucks need to grow up already. That, I think, is very profound, Frankie. And that's why I said it earlier. Why I said out loud, Tony Khan is older than me. The Young Bucks are slightly younger than me. I'm somewhere in between both of them at this point. But they act like children. Like the Young Bucks are fathers, they're family men. Like, is this how they act at home? You know, you're in your late 30s, pushing 40, or you're getting to your midlife, and you act like children. And what you find funny, I don't find funny. I don't find what you do entertaining. I find it childish. But I think it tickles Tony because Tony's very immature. And I think there is a lot of immaturity in AEW. Is it because it's a young company? Maybe. Maybe that's what the problem is. And we're watching the growing pains. And we're watching the company come out of infancy. But generally, when you grow up, things evolve. They get better. You find better ways to do things. And I feel like AEW is getting older, but devolving. They're like the Benjamin Button of wrestling. They're not really getting better. They're actually getting worse in a lot of ways. Bum, bum, bum. I feel like Cody wouldn't have let the ship sink this far. I think Cody had a vision of pro wrestling. I think Cody had a vision, and I'm just guessing. Folks. I don't pretend to have contacts and shit like other people do. What up, Sap? But I don't fake it. I don't know for certain. But I feel like Cody wanted to do the pro wrestling he grew up on. He wanted to do his dad proud. He wanted that kind of story, that kind of thing. And I feel like he got fluffed off. I think the same thing happened with CM Punk. CM Punk wanted legitimate pro wrestling with the goal of selling tickets, selling merch, selling pay-per-views, growing the company, and being a proper business. And I think Tony and his crew were too busy having a good time. As we get the standing backflip splash combo on poor Brody, who would eat these two for fucking lunch. But that's what I think the issue with Cody was. And no, I think Cody does have a wrestling mind. I think he had the ability to kind of find something, or he was trying to do something, but he just stood out like a sore thumb. It didn't fit. It didn't work. So he moved on, and now look where he is. Anybody out there think he regrets his choice? Anyone thinks he's looking back going, oh, I can't believe they're doing so well without me? Yeah, no, not happening, not happening. Tessa versus Mercedes should take place in the near future. Don't think you're ever going to see that, bro, but we'll see what happens on the indies. TNA getting deal with Peacock. So one of the other rumors out there is that AAA, TNA, and I think some NXT content could end up on Peacock. So that will be interesting. But yeah, rumor is that, and I'm sure this was part of the conversations, part of the negotiations, perhaps, but filling that gap left by WWE with TNA and or AAA and or other options. It's a possibility, man. And again, it's going to make for a very good, fun conversation. Like, the sickos are going to spin the fuck out, all the way out, if this all comes into fruition. Because now you got to really atone to, well, look what this company's doing. Well, they only got there because of the Fed and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They don't ask you how pretty. They ask you how many. TK does not like big wrestlers. Before the Hurt Syndicate came in, if you were a big guy in a match, they were jobbers. Oh, absolutely. Gates of Agony forever. Brody King's lost to everybody. The Butcher got beat up by everybody. I thought the Butcher and Blade could have been a great team if utilized properly. As we get the super kick. Brody takes the kick. And we get the X Factor, spins back out into the moonsault. Again, seen it, saw it. That don't impress me much. Yeah, you're right. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it the fact that Tony's a little guy, so vicariously he lives through these wrestlers? As wow, I do like that move. Brody King with the save from the outside. Dynamite has been boring. Kiwan, you can always tell what the show is doing or what the show is like simply. Even when Nick's here or Anthony's here and we're doing our thing, if the show can make us like take our attention away, great. But on a night like tonight where I feel like I'm just fucking running a mile a minute and my mouth doesn't stop, it's because the wrestling is not pulling me away. The wrestling is nice spot. Jumps up to the top, flip to the outside. Bandito down, Brody down, everybody down. Crowds cheering. Who is the owner of AEW? Here's one of my favorite quotes of the day. Meltzer says, Beatnik LLC, if that's what they call themselves. Shut the fuck up, Dave. You lying son of a bitch. I don't believe or know if Dave's name is anywhere involved with this. But for him to sit and try and play coy, and this is where we catch good old Uncle Tuna and all his bullshit, and it makes me so happy. Fucking kills me. For those who don't know, Beatnik is like the parent company. It's basically the shell company that you're running everything for AEW through. It made me laugh that Meltzer hesitated. Oh, if that's what they call it. You full well know what the fuck they call it, sir. Maybe you don't want to talk about it because you do know what we were about to expose. Maybe you don't want to talk about it because you are, in fact, involved. He did the old, oh, fuck, if I had a percentage, I wouldn't even be here. I'd be like elsewhere. Bullshit. Bullshit. This AEW shit is giving you the biggest sense of self-worth to the point where it's blown your ego up and your head up so much that even people that used to be your friends in real life literally won't talk to you. But who owns it? Who's the owner? Technically, it's Tony Khan. Technically, actually, it's Shad Khan. Technically, it's Beatnik. It fucking kills me. But that's technically who it is. Apparently, Beatnik has it like listed as Tony Khan. His sister, I believe, is part of that ownership. But I've asked this all week. If like Dave Meltzer went on to say, well, it's probably just like Tony and Shad. It was just Tony and Shad, Papa Shad. Put it the fuck out. Put it out. Why would you? No, we can't. That's bullshit. Dave knows it's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. Because if it was nothing, if presenting who the redacted fucking names on the paperwork, on the affidavit, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, if those names were just Tony and Shad, they wouldn't need to be redacted. We know that. I know that Tony Khan owns the company. I know his father technically part of the fucking money behind all this. Even his sister, we kind of know. All right. So instantly when they're fighting to keep it sealed, there's a reason. You don't keep something sealed that doesn't have a secret. And I think there's people out there that are nervous a skeleton's going to fall out of the closet. I think it's going to be crazy if they can break it open. Now, I don't know if legally it will happen. I think it's going back to state court where they got to fucking argue some more. And you know how courts are. You know how lawyers are. It could take forever. But y'all let me know. What do you think? Who are they hiding? Who don't they want us to know about? What are the worst case scenarios? Nick broke it down beautifully last night as far as if someone like Meltzer or the Observer is kind of named in these documents, well, then you have a concern about libel, slander, bad business practice, working on false pretenses, all of the above. But what are the other bad ones that you don't want to see? WB, If we find out WB gets a stake in it, I don't know how that works out. As the Bucks knee each other, Bandito gets out of the way. Double Hurricane Rana. And Bandito tags Brody. Brody in slowly. And Brody chopping the fuck out of the Bucks. So that becomes the question. That's a wonderful question, 316. I like that question. You should ask more questions like this. No, I appreciate you. But that becomes the question. Who owns it? And why does it have to be a secret? Well, they're a private company. They don't need to disclose. Yeah, but they're being sued because one of your superstars is a fucking moron. So now you're in a position where your shit might get exposed because you let guys like Moxley do whatever the fuck they want. Oh, Brody up and over. Off the apron cannonball. So that's the biggest question there. Maybe WWE is positioning themselves to get TNA and AAA on a network they left. 100%. And again, don't kid yourselves. And I do know Bandito up and over. Very short, but they got there. Crowd's cheering. How are we feeling about this match? WWE is playing chess. AEW playing checkers. So the guy goes out and runs his mouth, calls you an asshole publicly, says, talks, disparagingly about Undertaker or Cena or a bunch of other shit that he's done and said. And they're sitting in a room signing all these billion-dollar deals, and they're going, let's show this kid how we feel about this. And they don't do it publicly. They don't do it with temper tantrums. They make little digs, plausible deniability, and then they do things like prop up TNA. They do things like buy AAA. I know they're looking into Japan. And that is part of their strategic play, because you're going to choke them out. You're going to choke them off. And I don't want AEW to go away, and I believe they have enough money to never go away, but they can strangle you. And they can present the other shows of, why watch AEW when you can watch AAA? Why watch AEW when you can watch TNA? They'd rather their friends do well than their enemy. Bayley will leaving WWE for maybe. I don't think so, but again, she's at the end. I'm not interested. As you can tell, I'm doing a lot of this. There's a lot of big spots. It's kind of fun. I could get why the fans are cheering. Big superplex. A lot of big spots. That's all it is. Dynamite has been boring as hell. It's been uninteresting. Boring. I'm splitting hairs here. You're right. But it's not interesting in the least. And that's it. Like, it's not like this is completely actionless. Canadian Destroyer. At least they call it the right thing in this company. Shout out AEW. Super kicks to Brody. Brodito's about to fucking lose. This match, slow, not going to lie. Too much offense. Because there's nothing in between the spots. That's the problem. There's no understanding of in-ring psychology. And they botched that move. So they were supposed to get the springboard power bomb. They fucked it up. Now they're setting up a Meltzer driver or whatever driver. And it's embarrassing. These two fucking losers just won. Brody! Brody! Let's go! All right, Brody with the save. We got hope. Sleaze us. The Notorious just please us. Props to TNA for using this WWE affiliate to their advantage. People shifting to TNA for the Joe Hendry, Randy Orton WrestleMania match. But TNA is doing business. TNA tells better stories. TNA has better booking, more professional wrestling in TNA than you find in other places. As here we go, setting it up again. A sloppy springboard DDT to Bandito. Just spot after spot after spot after spot. Oh, we go to the outside and we botch again. And we get a DVD on the apron. Maybe Brodino's going to win. Oh, wait. Kick to the face. DDT to the floor. And Brody King continues to get beat up by little men, and it's driving me nuts. Woo. Yeah, they're smart. They have been smart. Slammiversary, one of their biggest shows they've ever had. You see the NXT and TNA influence, whether people love it or hate it, it's worked for TNA. And whatever is their motives, whether, some people think, well, they're just going to get bought. Well, they're jacking up the value before they sell. So that's good news. But it doesn't feel that way to me. It feels like they're positioning for sticking around. They want the TV deal. Then Carlos Silva has been on fire lately. I actually really starting to like the guy and get to know him more. And as he puts himself out there more, AEW's got a real big problem about, oh shit, are we third? Are we fourth? Are we fifth? How many people are watching Evolve during the first hour of Dynamite now? I'll ask, anybody here watch Evolve and then clip over to Dynamite? It makes sense now why WWE bought AAA and it's partnering with TNA. It raises the value. Yeah. High tide, rise all ships, right? Raise all ships. Nice suplex. And we break it up. This is the match that doesn't end. We need British Nick. Stay tuned. You might get some British Nick. Just clapping. We're just clapping for the spots. My God. Let me see. $10 from Spaz. We all know Coke and Pepsi are secretly the same company, fake rivals for the money. But what if WWE is subsidizing AEW, like NBA subsidizing WNBA when they were dropping? Well, 2-2-2. We got a kick out. We get another kick out. Holy shit, we got another kick out. But yeah, the subsidizing thing doesn't work for me, brother. Just because they're so polar opposites. And because of the positioning of Tony, I know you're being tongue in cheek, but my God, we could only wish. Hey! Brodito gets the win. Bandito and Brody King. And I was all upset at the idea that the Bucks might have won 3 pins ago. This Hart has bumps in this match. Fire. Shout out, Jose. Let's go. Let's go. So the Hurt Syndicate and their potential unhappiness will take on FTR or Brodito. I think it's going to be FTR this time. So we'll see how that plays out, because it almost doesn't, like, FTR is heading towards the belts, but they also got this pending doom of Copeland. Are we going to see Jack Perry? Truthfully, I don't care. Jack Perry doesn't do anything for me. The Meltzer driver looks absolutely awful. You got to hit it a certain way or else it does look a little sloppy. Jungle Boy signs WWE and joins Seth's faction. Let's go. That would almost be fucking worth it, bro. If you could sit Punk and Jack Perry in a room with Triple H or whoever and bury the hatchet and turn it into business, what a fuck you moment if Seth brings in Jack Perry. And I know you put that laugh there, my friend, but what if? John Cena is retiring from wrestling, doing more movies. Yes, he is. Let's go. Let's go. Anytime, boys. Anytime. I watch both. So you watch both, Damien, Evolve and, okay. Dr. Pepper is made by Coke and Pepsi. It depends on where you're at. Wouldn't surprise me. Shout out to the Dr. Pepper, still doing it. So wait, I'm getting a package right now. Oh, so we're getting a hype package for the main event. Ryback should stay in the WWE with the wise man. Ryback is probably my least favorite person in wrestling, and I do not want to see him come back. So I apologize, J-Boy. I would rather see Jericho. I'd rather watch a Jericho marathon while Fozzy songs are playing than see Ryback. But we are in the back with the Hurt Syndicate. Another kick out. This is the problem with AEW. They go all out and do all these big crazy spots for regular TV. Dynamite, why most of the spots should be for pay-per-view. They do all the things all the time, Rants. They can't just go out there and have a crisp, clean match. They do all the things all the time. They don't tag. They don't transition. There's lots of lulls between the big spots. As MJF shows up, Shelton walks out, Bobby walks out. Man, they broke up quick. They're like a bad Tinder couple. Over fast. Now MJF saying, all I need is you, MVP. We don't need anyone else, just me and you. So someone brought this up. I think it might have been Lady B. It could have been Denisha. But we had a contract signing for MJF to join the syndicate. What does that mean now? Do they have to break the contract? Does he get compensation? Why did we sign a contract if we can just break up like normal? What does it mean? Are they contractually obligated? Okay. So the gift from MVP to MJF is, we will leave you alone while you pursue your big, beautiful belt. Your triple B. But Bobby Lashley's coming for you once you get it. There you go. MJF, Bobby Lashley might be better than a lot of things we're getting. I'd be all for AAA and TNA end up on Peacock. I'd be very interested. Glimmer of hope for KJ. Oh, my God. The Bucks must have missed a TK party. Again, they're trying to play. I give them credit. And I said this a couple weeks ago, kid. I just think if they could act like men, I don't know how else to put it. If they could act like adult men, they might have something here. They're too busy fucking around. What do you think of WOW and MLW? MLW is good. Can be a little sporadic and a little chaotic. Craig, we've tuned into it before. Their biggest thing is, again, they're kind of just like all over the place. They're on YouTube. They're in other places as well. So a little bit hard to track down, but they've been doing really well with, we've seen free agents hit the market, and they've scooped up some Dijak, Riddle. They've done well with some names. Contra's still doing its thing. Not bad overall. WOW's fun. WOW is like just a good time. 1 hour, and it's like match, backstage promo, match, backstage promo, match. Like old school wrestling. Like it has maybe the best wrestling format going. Who's holding back King? Sick ass finisher by Brodito. Where's the Dark Order? MIA. They've been MIA forever. Great match. All right. I thought it was okay. I'm struggling to be into it. That's the challenge. Match of the night so far. That seems fair. I would definitely agree with that. And again, it wasn't boring. It's like it went. They had big spots. It's just a fucking mess. And I feel like if you've seen one Bucks match, you've seen them all. Jay White is better than JPG-13 bloodline storylines, never ending. I wouldn't agree with that, Jay Boy. And Jay White, we'll see. We got to get him back. FTR will win the titles and hold them till Cope and Christian reunite. I feel like we're setting up FTR, Cope, and Christian for Toronto, right? That makes the most sense for All Out. Yeah, I don't know. It's been messy. But again, FTR is heading towards the title. So you think FTR beats the Hurt Syndicate? What happens to the Hurt Syndicate if they drop the belts at Forbidden Door? Where do they go? Ryback can stay on YouTube eating cheeseburgers for all I care. Yeah, I have no. KJ, we haven't seen Jack Perry in months. Where is again? I think he's just at home on the TK social assistance plan. Like TK, to his credit, is funding a lot of people to do fuck and all. So MJF is the CMLL champion. Is he right now? Or is it? That's a good question. I think he's like not their main title. I think he's one of their secondary titles. Gears Hurt Syndicate. Yeah, that was interesting. I am not, sir, but I might be going to something else. AEW, where we gotta get all our shit in. That's what it feels like. Every match feels the same. It's a good match, bro. I know it wasn't bad. I'm not interested. I'm not. It's like anyone ever like you ever talking to a friend and they're like, oh man, that game last night was great, but it's two teams you don't give a flying fuck about. And you're like, yeah, it was good. Like, it was great. Like, but I wasn't into it. That's your thing. That's your team. Go be happy. Dr. Pepper and Sunkiss and 7-Up are owned by independent. I think it's different in different places, maybe? I don't know. MJF trying to go. Really? You think so? Trying to gentrify. Okay. Bibbins with a crutch, by the way. And FTR, who did a package, is now doing a backstage. Why would we do a pre-tape and a backstage for the same people? Is MJF trying to poach MVP? Yes, but not successfully. The contract was in Mac's briefcase. Mox or Max? Mox. Interesting. Well, that Hurt Syndicate story went nowhere. Died. It took him so long to get in, and it took him nothing to get out. It's fucking weird. But yeah, Stokely Hathaway will take on Copeland next week. We'll see what that looks like. Can anyone see Lashley put over MJF? No. I don't. Maybe if done right. Like I think for guys like Lashley, guys like Punk, whoever else we've talked about here tonight, it's not necessarily, oh, I don't want to go under. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose for nothing. I don't want to lose to nobody. And I don't want to lose for no reason. That seems fair, right? Like if I told you those three things, I don't think you would think, oh, they must be bad employees, the way some people are trying to paint them as. They just don't want to do it for nothing. They don't want to drop it to nobody. And they don't want to do it for fucking no reason at all. Like they really don't want to walk down that road and not have it mean something. We'll lose, but let's build how we lose. Let's come up with I'm not just taking a fucking 3 count to Darby Allin because you love him. By the way, isn't Orange Cassidy close to healed? Young Bucks think they are DX. Yeah. If DX liked fucking bubble tea and, video games and not girls partying, that kind of vibe. Who's ho says, yeah, we're getting a package for Okada and Swerve. I have no idea why we're getting this video package right now. MJF about to get a beat down. Not yet. The deal is they're going to leave him alone. If MJF wins the title, then Bobby's coming after MJF. So we'll see how that plays out. Can anyone WWE release sign now? I do believe yes. Part-timers Roman and Ryback should be helping Wiseman. What? Get out of here. As here comes Renee with Swerve. So we're going through a bit of an interesting part of the show. Backstage, pre-tape. Then we do a pre-tape package or a hype package for Okada versus Swerve. Now Swerve's coming out to talk to Renee. Renee's been busting her ass tonight. How did Tony Khan fuck up the Hurts and MJF pairing? Because they could have done so much with that faction. So dumb. Here's the funny thing, Rant. I didn't want it. I thought it was stupid from the beginning. I didn't think it fit. I thought we were wedging. I felt like they wanted it to be like Sami Zayn in the bloodline, but it didn't have the same zip. But then they did it. And then right when remember the contract signing, it was going to be a big deal. And we all thought Cedric was going to show up and it was all going to be a ruse. None of that happened. We got confetti. And then Dustin Rhodes came out with Sammy, and we talked about the tag team belts, and we shit all over the big moment of MJF joining the Hurt Syndicate. And then it went nowhere. They didn't do shit together. They didn't coordinate together. It didn't make them better. It lasted a couple weeks, and now they're done. Some things that seem like a bad idea in the beginning are bad ideas. And this is another example. Tony, and again, certain fans don't want to hear it, but hold the man accountable for the bad shit. And what happened with the Hurt Syndicate and MJF is bad shit. Period. Big question. Are you excited for Swerve versus Okada at Forbidden Door? Cross could be a free agent as soon as the weekend. I heard his contract's expiring this weekend. I can't prove it. I don't know if it's true, but I do not see Karrion Kross going anywhere else. And again, what do you do with Kross? Kross is another big guy. He'd come into AEW and be taking L's left, right, and center. People that think that Kross just shows up and he's right in there, they're not going to let Kross hurt Adam Page's feelings. They're not going to let Kross hurt Moxley's feelings. Because that's what matters in AEW. We want everyone to feel good. I guess it feels good to sit at home and collect a lot of money. It makes me sad that AEW gives us one woman segment. NXT will give you damn near an hour of the women alone, sometimes more than an hour. Tony Khan. And again, when people get loud on the internet, we want more. He'll do 2 or 3 weeks of like women main events. And then he'll go right back to business as usual. The women get one match, and sometimes if there's like close to a pay-per-view, they'll get one match and one segment, like a Mercedes sit down with Renee Paquette. But the women are utterly underused in AEW, and anybody that doesn't say that out loud, they're lying to you and themselves. It is clear, it's apparent. We can mathematically break it down. They are the worst company in wrestling for booking their women. And I'm including MLW and NWA. And they are literally one of the worst companies for booking women in the entire world. Maybe the exception in New Japan for obvious reasons. But Kross may have a 90-day non-compete. If his contract expires, there will be no non-compete. Non-compete kicks in if you are released from your duties. However, if you run out the extension of your contract, the 90 days would not apply. You've completed your contractual obligation to the company, and you are free to go. MJF cost the Hurts the tag title belts to FTR. That would be interesting. That'd be interesting. I don't know why. Just out of spite, Anthony, out of vengeance. So no goodbye to her. For Richard. Just threw the woman all in one big angle. Yeah. And even tonight, you have this thing for the TBS Women's Championship, and it's 4 women that, honestly, 4 women we legitimately don't care about. And I know, whatever, I don't want to hear your shit about Sky Blue. I don't want to hear it. Who wanted Edge versus Stokely? All of us. I mean, we're building the story. As I got Mark Briscoe, so we go from backstage to backstage to backstage, package. Are we setting up the main event? Are we just trying to kill time? Did something go short? What is happening? I think the only thing left is the main event. Are we just killing time? I still didn't take the old poll down. Let me try that one. So if Mark Briscoe wins, he becomes #1 contender. As Page and Briscoe are face-to-face, Dakota Kai is a free agent to sign anywhere. Again, AEW can have Dakota Kai. I don't She hasn't shown me anything in her time in WWE that makes me feel like you should be throwing money at her to recruit her. I think she's talented in her own way. I don't find her very interesting. Every Bucks match is the same for me. The first time I saw them wrestle was cool. Now it's just boring. I remember like my brother showing me the Bucks years ago when they're in New Japan and check these guys out. And at the time, you're getting a lot of fucking horrible WWE wrestling. And these guys are doing these cool moves that you've never seen before. And like the tandem offense where they would like, you know, they do the backflips and the moonsault in stereo, and you get these tandem moves that we hadn't really seen much of. They have some like they're not untalented men. Like I can't do the shit they do. I can't do the flips and tricks. And the thing is, once they stop doing the flips, you just punch them in the face, and that would probably be the end of the fight. The problem with the Bucks, like everything else, I said, same problem with Sasha, same problem with Jericho. With the Bucks, the problem is they are telling you that they are the best. Again, delusions of grandeur. So you get this narrative of, you know, the best of a generation, the best tag team that ever lived. And they think they are. And they tell you they are. And if you don't get it, no, they're not. They're not in the top 10 best tag teams of all time. They're not. They haven't done anything on a large scale. They are not. Are they talented? Yes. Would they be, I mean, right now, you almost put them in the WWE and they'd probably kill because they'd be produced and they'd be up against teams like MCMG, teams like fucking Las Garza, teams like fucking DIY. Like there's options, but there's no tag team wrestling. Tag team wrestling in AEW is dead. It is the only thing booked worse than the women's division. Tell me when I'm telling lies, folks. Let me know, let me know, let me know. As we are on a commercial break, I feel like we should, you know what? Let's hear a word from our sponsors. All right, folks, go get your swag. We shirt people, as MDB would say, get your merch. We shirt people. I love it. I love it. I love it. Again, remember, if you bring a sign to a live event of any kind, wrestling preferably, and you can, and maybe not, but if you can bring a sign to a live event and prove to us you were there with that sign with our logo on it, we will send you swag to say thank you. Free Birds was cool shit. Yeah, they were. Going all the way back. Nash and Hall is my number one tag team. That's interesting. That's interesting. That'd be a fun debate because I don't think a lot of people put them high up because they're, you know, they didn't do a ton as a tag team in ring. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, check out all the things, folks. AEW is not a talent problem, though, is why it's frustrating. Sean, that's exactly why. In a lot of weeks, people will hit me up and say, well, why do you still watch? Or why do you care so much? Why do you get so mad? It's because I like the company. I was into the company. The company brought me into wrestling. The only reason I do this shit is because of AEW. And sorry, Stat shows. What is Stat doing now? What is happening? Can someone explain what happened to Chris Statlander? Did she bump her fucking head? She's hugging Renee. Now, Willow Statlander, not in the Fatal 4-Way. But they will be on Collision. But that's the frustration, Sean. You nailed it. We see it. I am 100% confident that myself, Big Nick, Anthony, yourself, half this chat, my little brothers, fucking my neighbor's dog. Like, I think there's a list of people that, if given 3 months to book this company, would book it better than it's currently being booked. As here comes MJF. But that becomes the problem. You have all this talent. It's like watching your favorite sports team and they're stacked. They made the trades. They got the free agents. They did what they're supposed to do. And they suck. They can't get a win. They keep fumbling. They keep dropping. They keep missing the net. Whatever it is. It's like trying to be a Lakers fan. It's fucking brutal. But that is the question. And that is always going to be the problem. And this is where I think the fans, the true fans of AEW, are not afraid to speak their mind. And any fan that gets offended by hearing someone's opinion, that's on them. And that's their downfall. And if they want to put the fucking la 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 and do that, eventually they're going to go to smaller venues and smaller venues and smaller venues. And those same people will still say, we're having a great year. We're having a great 2027 from every local fucking gymnasium we can find. That becomes the dilemma. That becomes the problem. Because it's not a talent issue. It's a booking issue. It's a professionalism issue. CM Punk exposed them in a big way. But you lost good wrestling people to guys that feel like we don't have to listen to vets. We do what we want when we want. I know Sappy doesn't want to believe it, but you have too many people with their creative control. By any standard, you want to measure it. They do what they want, say what they want, how they want. There's been multiple examples where this company could have come out the other side better. And they botched it and botched it and botched it and pissed money away. That's why I don't think it matters to Tony. And that's why I think Tony should step aside. Be the figurehead. You want to be the guy that does interviews and talks about how great the company is. You want to be the Nick Khan of AEW, be that. But let someone else run the talent. Let someone else run the show. You have a lot of great wrestling minds in that company. But there's too many people that are happy to collect the money and mind their P's and Q's. You get assholes like Dax out there that will say or do anything. He'll even unblock people to defend Tony Khan because Tony Khan writes the checks. And the minute they get close to a contract, their contract expiring, they'll start bitching and complaining again. He'll do exactly what he did last time. Again, some people are okay with that. Some people are okay with pissing their legacy away. Others not. And the others like Cody fucked off. The others like CM Punk fucked off. And that's what the frustrating part is. Merch here, get your merch. Get your merch, get all your merch. Mickey Mouse face will be on the ring next year. What a crime. I still think WWE could pull off a better, more equal Forbidden Door. 100% now. 100%. And don't forget, they have a relationship with Noah. So, yeah. As, by the way, we're in the crowd. I don't know if this is no count out, no DQ. Somebody fill me in. Is this a step? As Mark is running. We haven't been near a ring in minutes. Is a grudge match like... I didn't automatically understand. They called this a grudge match. Does that mean no rules? Somebody let me know. But yeah, I see. Main event time. Yeah, let me know. How did the poll go? 76% going MJF, which makes a lot of sense. MJF is down. The crowd is cheering. Well, I'm glad AEW got the ball rolling on this awesome channel. That's one of the best things that they ever did. Fucking kills me, man. I started doing this because I hated Jim Cornette. Now I listen to Jim Cornette adamantly nodding my head. Like, fuck. All I wanted to do was defend AEW from the haters. Now I'm accused of being one on a daily. Statlander unhinged. Yeah, anybody know what happened to Stat? Did Stat bump her head? Did Stat go back in time? What the fuck happened to Statlander? Damn, Stat. Yeah, not good. Yeah, sell the team. Yeah, right. Sell the team. Chris Statlander needs a stylist so bad. She likes her shit. And now the poster child, aka us, are pissed at AEW. Now what a world. Yeah. AEW is more like the Cowboys. Fair enough. That makes sense. Cowboys, I could even equate, like, I hate doing this, but yeah, I mean, Cowboys, are they a bit like, kind of like the Bills, kind of like the Leafs, all the talent in the world, but they find a way to fuck it up every time? Facts. Why? What the fuzz happened with the whole Statlander and the Death Rider stuff? Nothing. Like, why can't Marina have matches? We got one women's match a week. It's embarrassing, and nobody wants to talk about it. Right? All these fans want to fucking crucify every other company for the decisions they make, but nobody wants to talk about how the women get one match a week. Am I the only one beating this drum? I can't be. I know y'all doing it. Jesus fucking Christ. Next week on Dynamite, John Moxley, Kevin Knight. Why? Why? Can't we just let them go home? Are you too good for your home? Let Mox go home and stay there. Anybody want to see Mox fight Knight? The greener half of fucking jet ski. Oh, no rhyme, no reason. You signed Kevin Knight. He's supposed to be a big deal. You signed Speedball. He's going to be a big deal. You signed Josh Alexander. Big deal. What the fuck are we doing with any of these guys? So another fucking useless match, and it will all be about Darby again. Pass. Is that what Statlander did? But forgot the pass? So MJF is in control. Say what you want about Punk, but people respect him and his voice carries weight. When he left AEW, it lost credibility, in my opinion. It's huge. Right or wrong, Jose, what the Punk thing did for AEW was it split the fan base down the middle. It split it. Maybe 60-40, maybe 55, whatever, 45. But that was the biggest impact of it. Because Punk fans, and the smartest thing Trips did was sign Punk. Because they followed. Like the Punk fans that were in AEW, there were the people and the sickos underestimated how loved Punk was. And they followed him off. The other thing that went wrong during that whole time was they acted so immature about it and so poor about it right up until showing the footage that people got sick of it. People got tired of it. I remember being on these streams and just so tired of did you see what Punk did? Did you see what Punk said? It turned people off. And in this case, it was Punk versus the company. So it turned people off of the company. MJF will challenge a CMLL star at Forbidden Door. Are we not building up other things? Okay, great. Let the big show run the show. Let's go. There's so many. Bully Ray offered to run the show for free, and I guarantee I would bet my left fucking big toe. Figure that out. It's not what I was going to say, but I would bet anything that fucking Bully would do a better job. That belt is too small for MJF. What is the world title? Wonder if Copeland tries talking to Trips. Yeah, highly doubt that. Stat is Izzy Dane with more time under her belt. And look at how good Izzy Dane is looking and feeling in her booking. Right? Difference. WWE has a relationship with Marigold too. Facts, Byron. So we are in picture in the main event. We are at the hour mark. We're coming up to the end of the show. Again, let me know how you're feeling out there. Are you excited about this main event? It's just been one of those nights. Looks like an overrun. Another one of TK's things. See, TK is like the kid that sees other people, sees the adults do things. It's like when you were young and you saw the adults smoking, then you got your hands on a cigarette as a kid, and then you gave it a puff and you choked it because you didn't get how they did it. That's Tony Khan when it comes to wrestling, right? Oh, when I was a kid, they did overruns. So he just does them ad nausea. There's commercials in them. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get the method to the madness, or the menthol to the madness in this case. He doesn't get it. Yeah, it drives me fucking nuts. Evolve was mid, about 6 out of 10. Okay. So people are watching Evolve. And imagine me telling you guys a couple years ago, WWE is going to come out with like a fucking a developmental, and it's going to draw people away from AEW. People would have laughed at that. It's not being talked about very much by, where's Fightful talking about it? Where's, Cultaholic talking about it? They're too busy regurgitating everything they hear from Dave Meltzer and friends. So Evolve is doing well. And I think there's fans out there that are choosing to watch Evolve. Brock Lesnar, AEW or TNA, Allen, neither. Brock does what Brock wants, and it will not be there or there. Briscoe firing up, throwing punches. For all the money Tony Khan and his family have, a few clues seem to be something they can't afford. I saw a big thread the other day about people shitting all over Tony about... Actually, it was last week when Tony did the selfie video, and like 80% of the comments were about how he was fucking up the soccer team and how they were currently playing, and he doesn't give a fuck. Jacksonville Jaguars suck. They need to do a better job of letting other people run shit. Tony Khan is the world's biggest Nepo baby. Just the boss's kid that gets to run shit into the ground. This shit nasty. Yep. Fucking turn green. Oh, I'll never do that. That's gross. Big elbow off the apron. I was really excited when the Young Bucks took out TK, but the story ended. The story never got out of the gate. I was with you. It was horribly executed. And again, another story. Briscoe to the top, MJF rolling out. Again, going back to this whole kid analogy, Frankie, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but think about, again, the little kid analogy of, they get really excited. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We got a plan. You got a plan. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Then they did it, but they never thought about bigger picture. Like, what do we do now? Where does it go? What does it mean? And I feel like it's 90% of their booking. You know what we could do? We can blow up everything around the ring. Why? I don't know, but we can do it. Know what we can do? We can fucking have you fucking dropped on a bed of spikes. Why? I don't know. We're just going to do it. They do all these things without any bigger picture thought process. Back in the old days, there was no overruns. It was tune in next week. Yeah. Remember, shit would just go off the air and you're like, what the fuck? Oh, MJF was on the table, rolls back in the ring. Briscoe jumps back down. A bit of a long spot here. Oh, shit. Briscoe comes in, eats a bit of a cheeky Nando's almost. Instantly turned into a Boston Crab. That's jokes. Can you imagine TK telling Brock what to do? No, he was afraid of fucking Punk. Brock, fuck. Like, people talk about Goldberg going to AEW and like having his final match. I've even joked about it. Like, fucking do it. I think it'll be hilarious. But could you imagine, like, TK, like, Brock comes out for a fucking media scrum and TK goes to hug him like that? That's not how we do. I'm calling it since Brock came back in WWE. Wardlow is coming back at the end of this match. No, get out of here. That'd be cool, though. Like, holy fuck. Everything the Khans touch turns to Dookie. It's because they want to do it, right? It's like, oh, yeah. Literally, it's like, it's the person auditioning for American Idol that think they're phenomenal, but also their family think they're phenomenal. And then they go out there and shit a fucking egg and can't sing to save their life. And they're offended that the judges didn't like them. That is Tony Khan in a nutshell. Another 5-8 minutes overrun for nothing. 4 minutes over. I continue to be uninterested. The Wrath of Khan. KJ hates horse. But I love lamp. And I don't hate horse. I don't like horses with cops on them. I also don't like cars with cops in them. I don't like bikes with cops on them. That's a thing, and that happened. I don't like cops in shoes. I don't like cops. That's generally the problem, not the horse. It's just the horse works for the police department, and I don't like that. KJ and Chewy's beating dead horse. There you go. That's why. Okay, there you go. I hate horses. I just beat. Yeah, I got it. Well played. Elbow outside the ring. Yep. We're biting. We're getting, again, we haven't had enough biting on the show. A lot of fucking biting in AEW, and I wish it would stop. Who would you rather see, the Hurt Syndicate or Forbidden Door? I think Bandito and Brody offer a better challenge. FTR seems to be tied to a storyline with Copeland, unless they want. Are they going to make Edge and Christian champions at All Out? Maybe, I guess. But if the Hurt Syndicate, 2-2 on the Froggy Bow, if the Hurt Syndicate lose the belts, then what? KJ, can we get your thoughts on Bret Hart's comments on Gunther? Oh, Bret, the hateful heart. Oh, breaking the place. I don't agree with Bret Hart, but I do kind of get the sentiment of, in his day, but that's where we got. I mean, if you go back and look at old school wrestling, there was a lot of fucking, I know Jim Cornette and Dutch Mandel and Bret Hart, look at the good old days. But there was some really fucking sloppy, just dudes with beer bellies everywhere, which there's nothing wrong with a good old beer belly. But just these flabby, big old guys throwing shit at each other. And they talk about putting it in stiff and da-da-da-da. I don't like the idea that Gunther's being lazy. It's part of him. As Briscoe throws himself through a table. Again, is this a no DQ match? Walls of Jericho, timer limit. That's fucking stupid. But, yeah, I mean, I get the idea that if you're doing the job properly, you maximize the reaction and minimize the impact. I appreciate what Bret's saying. And I give Bret a little bit of rope because he's just a grumpy old fuck that can't help it. But apparently he said it to Gunther. Which if I was then Gunther, I would have smacked him in the face. But I get what he's saying. But Ric Flair was that lazy. You know, Steamboat was known for a chop now and then. There were guys that made the chop a thing. And I'm not sure if Bret went on to like extrapolate how that impact, or if he's always felt that way. But some guys have a thing. The chops are a big part of Gunther's thing. But I don't feel like Gunther lays on it, rests on it as Briscoe. Will he make it? Will he make it? Oh, he makes it. But eats a knee. Setting it up. Boom. And foot on ropes. Oh, the ref counted it. Briscoe puts his foot on the rope, but the ref counts it. What the fuck? Timer limit. Riding a horse with KJ and watching Austin Powers land. Let's go. Movie night at the Barnhouse, buddy. Let's go. Let me be the first to say goodnight. Oh, very nice. Thank you. Klaatu, always a pleasure, sir. I believe Brett said that, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I mean, again, and we've been here and done this. It doesn't seem like it has a lot of value. But I guess we're not done. Right? Like, this can't be it. There's got to be another match for Briscoe, right? AEW is going to drop Mox from a height in a match with Darby just because. Oh, yeah. Again, I'm worried. I'm so nervous what AEW is going to accidentally do one day. I'm so nervous. Statlander, Hater, Bane, Willow are two good talents. Okay. If Wardlow comes out, who said it in the chat? That'd be if Wardlow comes out, I might like throw up by accident. Mark Briscoe's mouth is bleeding. That's a horrible idea, period. Now and back then. I don't know what AEW is going to drop. Got that one. CM Punk Survivor Series War Games 2023. Brock Lesnar SummerSlam 2025. Who's next? The holy shit WWE return. Fuck. Who's left? And we got music. Hey, man. I don't care. I wish I did, but I don't care. This was booked by a kid. Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah. Adam Little Arms. That's terrible. I guess Hurt Syndicates were the real EVPs after all. Yeah, maybe. I guess. I don't fucking know. It's been a mess. The fans are not interested in this match. No, and it ends in a scoff. And Mark Briscoe gets screwed. Paige checking on Briscoe, who's now bloody for no reason. Again, you're making people bleed when they don't need to bleed. Briscoe gets jobbed. The ref looks like a fucking idiot. Everybody comes out of this looking bad here tonight. Great job, Tony Khan. Hangman jumps the barricade. He goes after MJF again. This tag match should have main evented based on how everything went. Yeah. Gunther is a modern day Hans Schmidt. So amongst MJF having issues with Hurt Syndicate and is out, no fight, no match, no nothing. You didn't build to a breakup, just goodbye. Now Hangman and MJF's issues continue, but MJF just fucked over Mark Briscoe, who's laying in the ring bleeding and looking like an absolute mess. Now we're fighting back. This is 11 minutes after the hour, and nobody wants to be here anymore. Damn. No, it's so bad. KJ, more people migrating to VPNs. That money is not going to the pockets. Well, here's the thing, though. You get in a VPN, you go to Netflix, you point it to Canada, you watch a Netflix, it's still a Netflix number globally for them. Either way, they win. That's how this system works. The rich always find a way to win. So, yes, it might not be the $30 through the ESPN, but it is clicks that way, which leads to market, blah, 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 blah. They always win it, but there are ways around it. Scissors, screwdrivers, and biting. Rinse and repeat. So we go off the air. Hangman stares down with MJF, which you think this is setting up to MJF versus Page, but MJF's going to fight someone from CMLL at Forbidden Door. Hangman, I don't know if he's fighting anybody. Mark Briscoe's bleeding to death. And that is the show, and that's all she wrote. How do you feel about it? Give me a rating out of 10. Let me know. I could not have cared less about a wrestling show all month, all year. I don't know. Not into a fucking thing. Thank God for you guys out there in the chat. Had me going, kept me talking tonight. Again, I want Jericho back. At least then I have a reason to melt down for the stupid shit he's doing. Or he comes back and does good, and I got reasons to praise the guy. There was so much on this show tonight that I did not give a flying fuck about. I want to, people. I swear to you, I want to. But there is nothing. I want to hear your thoughts because I'm in the same boat as Brett about Brett's comments. I love Brett and I get Brett. Brett's just in a different world. And remember, he's an artist. So if you're doing anything kind of, he's that traditional guy that won't let you do anything fucking outside the realm. But I digress on that. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Brett's funny just to listen to. Yeah, give me your ratings out of 10. What did you like? What didn't you like? I don't even know what I was rambling about when I stopped rambling. Statlander hater, Willow, too good of talents. Yeah, I mean, again, the booking sucks. The booking is killing this show. The fragmented storylines, the scrambly storylines, nothing feels prepared. Nothing feels planned. And not in like, well, in a scripted way, like planned out. So everything feels broken and choppy, and MJF's doing this. Oh, but we got this Forbidden Door show, so he's going to fight that guy, even though he wants to fight this guy. And I don't know, man. It's a mess. It's a fucking mess. And like I said, there is so much potential here. And the funniest thing is, as I said earlier in this show, you go through the internet, you go through X, you go over to Twitter, X, and scroll. And I guarantee you, your For You page is WWE, 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 WWE. And then every time it's something small from AEW. Oh, yeah, Mercedes has 8 belts. Next one, next one, next one. And the funniest part is the AEW fans, the sickos, not all their fans, the sickos, are spending so much time focusing on WWE. I don't think they're properly supporting the company they love. They're too busy tweeting and posting stories and reels and going to Blue Sky and putting out all their feels about WWE. If they took that energy into promoting AEW from a fan base level in a positive way, they could help the company. But they're so fixated on the big bad giant that it's like Bart Simpson running for fucking school or class president. Who voted? Did you vote? No. Did you vote? No, I was too busy complaining about Brock. Did you vote? No, I was too mad about, them paying $30 a month for ESPN. What about you? Did you go? No. So nobody, even the hardcore fans, aren't putting out quality shit about the own company they love. They're too busy fucking around. Brett the hate man. All right, that's enough ranting and raving tonight. 5 out of 10. I think I'll go slightly higher than a 5 just because I'll give the Bucks some credit tonight. Their match was fun. Though I've seen it a million times and they get all their shit in. It went too long. The referee is irrelevant. The ending of the show sucked. Maybe I won't go higher. Maybe 5's fair. If the leader of the Hopium tribe says 5, then we're all fucking doomed, folks. Let's be real. The talk stare down could have been saved for next week. Absolutely. Or again, it's just, again, we fight out into the crowd. We fight back. Nothing feels special. And I don't love comparing brand to brand. I'd rather compare them to themselves. But when you do have somebody like Bronson Reed, a mid-guard guy who gets a couple injuries, trying to figure his life out, joined Seth's group, and the last couple weeks he jacks Roman's shoes. Big talking point. People are making memes about it. Feels special. Now, if he keeps doing this for the rest of his career, it stops feeling special. Braun Breaker spearing people. Roman Reigns showing back up. People bitch about it, but every time, huge pop, huge numbers. Nothing in AEW feels special right now. And if you're like, oh my God, what a night. Fucking, did you see that big fight between Max and Hangman? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not moved. 5. I'm 5. I'm going 5. I'll go 5. They didn't fail, but they also didn't do much better than not failing. 4. Woo, it's over. My God. 6 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Rich people always win. They find a way. 5 out of 10. 2 out of 10. 5 out of 10. 3.5 out of 10 knee pads. Best part was Alex Windsor having her hips out. 10 out of 10 KJ rants. I feel like I just went on a 2-hour and 29-minute rant, and I appreciate every single one of you that listened to even half a word that I say. I really do appreciate it. These Wednesdays are for you, by you. You help make these what they are. Because if you guys aren't here to talk to me, I'm sitting here losing my mind to nobody. 4.5 out of 10 horses. Goodbye, horses. I did my best to keep right. I mean, again, I need things to matter on those nights, and I appreciate the efforts. I really do. I try, but I can't fake it. I'm not like the other ones out there that really fake their reactions, especially their positive WWE ones. That if we go over the top positive, we're guaranteed, we're trying to get on there. We want to get on there. I can't fake it, and I can't fake the rage either, like the little man. I got to actually have something happen. Tonight's just not. There's not rage worthy. It's just disappointing. It's kind of like I knew it was going to be this. 6 out of 10. The women's match was okay, but quiet, flat main event. Bayley takes an unnecessary L. The tag match was the highlight. Tag match was the best match of the night, though I didn't, again, wasn't crazy about it. Women's match was okay, a little clunky in spots. Close second, maybe. This might be controversial, but I feel like MJF has hit his ceiling and his promos ain't the shit. He doesn't have good heroes. If MJF was coming out right now and cutting promos on Cody Rhodes or cutting promos on CM Punk or cutting promos on somebody that matters, then all of a sudden his words matter. They sting. They affect you. He gets boos. But there's nobody. And half the shit he's saying to these guys, calling a Hangman out or calling this one out, we're like, yeah, we agree with the guy. It's hard to be a villain when you make people nod. Oh, yeah, he's kind of right. Yeah, that's part of the problem. So he's a dull fucking pencil. 5 out of 10. Just watched the stream. 10 out of 10 for the channel. Dennis, I appreciate that, man. That's amazing. 7.5 out of 10. Ooh, Josh, a little high for my taste, but okay. I don't want to, again, it is not right to tell people how to think, internet. I don't want AEW to succeed. They just want WWE to fail. They don't. Yeah. Again, it's like everything. They're so fixated on like what happened to WWE. How can I spin this into a bad negative? The other half of their time is spent playing defense of let me find anyone else out there who tweeted something negative about AEW, and I'll tell them how they're wrong and fucking stupid and how they should die, and I want to beat up their pets and their grandmother is ugly. That's the weirdest thing. But in the same time, you could be a positive fan for the brand and help build the brand. Instead, you all scaring people off. Fucking crazy shit. Instead of adding more layers to Edge and FTR, they're just delaying things. Yeah, it feels like, I'm not sure where this is all going. Again, Edge Christian, but I never thought it would be for the tag titles. And if Lashley and Shelton drop the tag titles at Forbidden Door, it will be one of the worst title runs the company's ever had. South Park's still on. 50 more episodes. I think 50, right? AEW is like a great barbecue that promises, but when you get there, the food is cooked yet. Still expect you to eat it. A hip hop, a hibbit of the hibbit. I thought you'd bring that in. Everybody in the comments, TKO owns millions of dollars of VPN stocks. That's the other problem. Yeah, right? Josh, you're not wrong, man. It doesn't fucking surprise me. All right, folks. I'm about to tap out. I got that one. But thank you. We love the rants. I love giving them. So keep pushing those buttons. And I will keep doing my best to give you what I got. And everyone reach out to TK and ask him to do better. So at least we have debatable points, right? You notice when things are so obviously bad. I know when AEW is in a rut because the AEW fans go quiet. They're not fighting me as much. When they get all like brave again, oh, we're good, things are going good. Did you see All Out? I get lit up. But when things are like, when they can't find the justification, they just shut the fuck up. I'll be at church. Let's go, church. Shout out. Let's go. All right. We've already been on there. We appreciate the adulation and accomplishment, but we do not live for it. Exactly. No, again, I won't do it. And there's certain people, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. I feel like I've done that a couple times tonight. But I don't understand how certain people get watched. I really don't. If you're watching a person that doesn't speak and then just goes, hey, and just fucking stares, what is the entertainment value to that human being? But I'm sure she's a nice girl. I just don't get why y'all watch her. My hating on my grandma is fighting. Yeah, right. You fucking die. Let's go. Edge and Christian versus FTR for the tag belts. That's gonna be really weird. KJ is I'm giving it 2.5 out of 10. They are making me hate people I like. That's actually damaging. That's fucking the craziest part of it. Is I like these people, but I hate them. I hate them now, and that's happened more than it hasn't. All right, I think I've actually got most of your comments. Folks, if I missed some of your comments, I do apologize. Put them in the video section down below. I will answer all your comments, or Nick will jump on them, or maybe even Anthony. But get in there. Let us know after the stream goes off the air. If I missed your comments, feel free to reach out and get my 2 cents or get our 2 cents on it. But other than that, we are back tomorrow. Get your merch. Be a part of the WFU. Use the hashtag WFU or hashtag W4LN on all your posts. Let's bring the community together. TNA tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one. Lots going on with NXT 7:45. But don't forget, like, share, subscribe, click all the buttons, be a part of the shows, be a part of the family. And I cannot say thank you enough. You comments after the stream ends. Yes, go comment if I've missed your comments. Thank you, MDP. Appreciate it, everybody. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. That is the stream. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. And on behalf of Big Nick, on behalf of Anthony, I am Mr. Evernight KJ White. Have a good night. See you on the flip side.